Here, let me go to the Minecraft first. I'm looking through this list. No, I see. I'm further back. I'm all the way at the beginning. Wait, no, I'm way further in. Never mind.
Oh.
Here, I'm coming back, guys. Okay. Oh wait, I need to pull up the chat on my phone. I forgot about that. I joined earlier just so I had an idea of what it looked like a little bit.
Oh, Brady, look.
Oh, there you are.
Is this where it explains everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me pull up the chat on my phone real quick.
r/kits.
You
So
I already chose my kit. I'm a soldier.
I'm just gonna be a regular survivor.
I'm gonna be Alright, bros. This is your sniper, Brotendo.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, bros. Do we really not have a
All
medic?
these dorky looking guns.
Look at.
I have two I can carry.
You know, I thought trying before to okay. And we're coming through live. Okay, we had a little stint where we weren't coming through. But we're back. Hello?
Let's get out of here, Scoob.
Okay, let's go. I'm at a different place now.
Every time you rejoin, is it different?
I think so. Okay. Dude, where you guys at? Look.
I'm really scared.
We're separate, guys. I'm scared. So sad and lonely here.
Alright, I gotta get moving. When does the sun come up, or does it?
Get away from me.
Okay.
No! No!
This reminds me of...
Okay, I'm gonna check Discord again. Make sure. Coming through. Let's do this. Reconnect.
Scared, man.
There
Wait, you're in the middle of a forest?
Yeah.
I'm in the city, dudes. This isn't good.
I'm gonna see if I can...
Okay.
We came at like the worst time because like we can't see a damn thing.
No, yeah, it's too dark.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
There. Headshot, bro. Woo!
Melee as much as possible so I don't...
Looks like.
I think I found a cabin. I'm gonna check this cabin out.
Is that a military boat?
Someone died in here. That's nice.
Oh. I love it. Oh, wait. I just realized why it's been cutting out so much.
Why?
Why?
Because my laptop is not plugged in.
Oh.
So it's not running at full capacity. There we go. That should make it a little bit better.
This is some scary stuff, man.
Like zoinks.
Like, yeah, like Zoink, Scoop.
Like Zoink Scoop. Oh, there you go. You guys are so much better now.
So you guys want to talk about just whatever?
Sure. Dude, there's a guy. Headshot. Oh, yeah. Oh, nope.
We're all
No.
broken up.
We need
Found
to
a
find each
machete.
other.
You can do that. It's fine, man.
Let's
It's fine.
go. I've killed
literally
so many
in
of
a
these
crash-
guys.
I'm in like a crashed military boat on.
Oh, no.
It's interesting finding loot because it's like the loot's already been picked over.
Mm-hmm.
So it does feel kind of apocalyptic. A rare crate?
Okay,
Where's the rare crate?
I need to find my way out of the city. So you said boat?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, you're
vessel of
probably
some
at
kind.
Savannah.
Found the city, Fish.
You're in the city?
I think I found it, yeah. There's like a lot of fences and stuff, right?
Kind of. I'm surrounded by a bunch of buildings.
Power lines and building.
Mostly buildings.
I'm gonna check out these buildings.
Okay.
'Cause
I'm leaving the city now.
scared.
Okay. There is a parking lot here.
Yeah, it probably would be easiest if one of us
Oh no! How did I die?
just stayed in one point. Did you get shot?
I don't know. /play. Okay, I'm back in. I'm somewhere new now. Oh, here is a sign. The end is nigh. Ah, that's good.
Well, that's nice.
All Saints Congregational. Dude, let's look at my map. All Saints Congregational, does that show up anywhere? Oh, no! Nope.
Hey, but when you come up close. Yo, I'm back now.
Okay.
Painkillers. All right, so what do you guys want to chat about? How we're in this whole new world.
Whole new world. I don't care.
Well, there's that corona thing.
Yeah, everybody seems to be talking about that.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? I
don't know.
find a flashlight.
Well, there's craft music is like not helping right now when I'm in like the middle of zombie town.
I think it's very useful.
There's no sound for me. I need to crank that up. There we go.
Looks
I don't think anyone's been on this military, but there's like so.
Alrighty, gang.
Let's do this.
So,
I'm at a
what do
church.
you make of
I'm going
church?
I'm holding down this church. This will be my church.
Okay, Pastor Fish.
No.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How far? I want to hear Hosh's take on this because you're not necessarily conspiratorial, but you're to government and cool history.
Yeah.
How far do you think all this is gonna go?
Honestly,
Not infrastructurally, will it affect us? How long do you think that's going to?
see, it's not bad enough to affect us that ways. So I'm not sure, honestly.
I think that's kind of where we are. And I like hearing different people's takes on all this stuff because.
The entire thing is that how unsure of it we are.
I'd agree. Pretty freaky.
Yeah.
Because we've never done anything like this before, so like a lot of people like don't.
Oh boy, I got a bow staff.
Yeah, I have a bow staff. I am loaded right now, guys, with goodies. I'm
Okay.
fine.
I'm leaving my church. There's nothing to do here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's strange because like we all acted, and I've heard. Do you watch Rojogan very much? You watch very much?
Not that much. I know about him though.
I've been watching him every now and. He had Michael Olstrom on. I think he works for some disease organization stuff. It's like World Health or CDC or it's We Stop Diseases type of company. That's their study is figuring out how that affects society and stuff. And he brought up how everyone's acting like it's a blizzard, like it's the Corona blizzard.
Yeah.
And we'll see as we know it. We can like. He's like this. They act like once this, and this is from like. They act like when the summer months come, it's just going to go away. And he goes, yes, the spread will lessen because we'll be outside and do mean that the virus is not going to still be a concern.
Just don't know how like to act and like react to this.
It's funny to me too because it's like we can't really look to our elders. They have no clue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they have no idea.
Our parents have no idea. Our
they're
grandparents
freaking out
have no
more
idea.
than us.
Some, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I just think it's really funny. Killer, you know, and that's how they stop like the human race from being a human race. That's what has made a lot of like plagues in the past really dangerous. Is it's been killing our young people. It does really. It's taking our parents and our grandparents, and I think that's almost freakier. Because the elementary school kids like are well, they're usually asymptomatic or really mild, and they go back. They like hypothetically they would come back home. These elementary school kids, and they'd little incubators, man. They'd be
damn kids.
I know, and they wouldn't even realize it, and there's no way they would know. But that happens in flu season too. Already, like it's already a phenomenon.
Guys, if you right-click on your compass, you can like pick locations for it to direct you towards.
Oh, where do we want to go?
Go to the military base. You want to go to the military base? Are you still at the military base?
I was just like at a crash boat. I don't think I was at the actual military base.
Crap.
I'm at the church. If you guys want to come here, Gabriel's church.
What? Gabriel's church?
I assume so.
Yeah. Okay. I have
church.
my campus on there.
To make sure.
No, I am not at Gabriel's church.
I'm going.
I'm at a
Where are
different
you?
church. I'm at a different church apparently.
That's helpful.
Do we want to go to the CDC?
That sounds like a lot of zombies. I'm not sure.
Let's go
I
to the
just saw
CDC.
somebody die, dude.
Let's go to the CDC, bro.
Yeah. They probably know what to do.
Tracking thing work? Does it on the map or?
It shows you on the compass, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
which direction to go?
Yeah.
Let's meet up at the CDC.
Okay.
Well, if we don't die on the way.
Dude, I never die.
Good point.
So
Don't.
it's pointing to the CDC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's really
Disregard
accurate.
the fact that I definitely did not die twice already.
I'm doing okay. I'm not doing amazing.
I'm
I
doing
got a
pretty
crap
good as
ton
of right now.
of weapons. I got a crap ton of weapons and food from that crashed boat.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way it works is they respawn loot constantly,
Mm-hmm.
and then they clear all of it. That's the vibe I got. What sources?
Hey, Hannah Knopp is in the chat.
Hey, okay, let me get the chat up. I actually totally spaced the chat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And do you have any questions for the Funky Bunch today?
I also
We
would like
promised we'd be back, and we're keep what?
I'm trying to keep an eye on the actual video, the live stream, because I don't know how it's coming through for them.
I can look at it now. Here, let me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute. You don't hear it. It's having some trouble coming through.
Yeah, I figured.
But the audio,
the audio
fine,
is
though.
good.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Run! No!
I was killed.
No!
I was killed by a bandit,
No!
guys. I was killed by a bandit.
I was also killed by a bandit. Bandits are bad, bro.
Perhaps the CDC isn't the best place to go then?
Yeah. You wake up
Man,
dazed and confused.
I have a feeling this is gonna, to me, be like Minecraft Hunger Games. They're gonna get it. Just send me back in.
Dude, I
I'm
got
by
a
the ocean now.
You're by the ocean? Ooh, I got a
I'm by
hatchet,
the ocean.
a med pack. Dude, I'm getting lots of stuff here.
You know what? I'm still gonna head for the CDC. I don't care.
I'm holding out too.
Yeah.
Maybe the Wizard of Oz is in there. He's gonna tell us what our game plan is.
we'll
Can
get.
I fill the?
They can tell
I'm
us
gonna fill my
about
bottle
this
with seawater.
coronavirus.
I'm gonna fill this bottle with seawater.
Well, it's a virus, and you go cough, cough.
Hey, Jack is here.
Yo, Jack. Jack is our.
I should probably talk quieter. But yeah, Jack is here, bro.
Pretty young feller.
Wait a second. Is this the CDC? Did I find it?
You found the CDC?
No, it's like a factory. Wait, the compass takes you to like some statue. It doesn't take you to where you're going.
Maybe the compass has been calibrated for something else.
Maybe we could meet at this statue though.
I'm following the rumpus. What did he say?
Jack and Hannah talking.
They're the best, dude.
I love the fact that.
Man, I need to pull it up. So Hush, Hannah's one of her friends from school, and her little brother, her little step bro, and her bicker all the time in the chat. And it's the greatest thing.
That's beautiful. Oh shit, am I being shot at?
Wait, how close are we? Ooh, Hannah threw it back at him. Do you have a boyfriend? And Hannah said, do you?
What the hell is this? It's a community. I found a town.
You found a town?
This factory's a town.
We are nearing. We're nearing something. This is seeming good.
Ground items will be removed in 20 seconds. Just so you know.
Okay, thank you. I didn't.
5
like
seconds.
Guards here.
So you guys,
shit.
have you guys wanted any new hobbies since we were going to be in quarantine for quite a bit, like inside and self-quarantine?
Playing games is, so I got to this town, but one of this, and then everyone else killed him, so I am now back in the city.
No, but yeah, as far as hobbies, I have not really done anything. My stepdad got a PSVR. So I've been playing Resident Evil 7 on that.
You should play like what's it called? Beat Saber.
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber's good.
Beat Saber's cool. Or that Creed game. There's a Creed boxing game, Fish.
Yeah. I might. As of right now, I'm working on Resident Evil 7, and that thing's literally the scariest game I've ever played, and only because it's in VR.
It's kind of wacky because I have a lot of things I could. I quarantine. I was commissioned to do an audiobook, which is an exciting deal.
Dude, stop
I'm a very slow actual
me.
reader. I'm a really slow actual reader, so I'm taking.
Yes, I killed someone
before I can start recording.
Oh my god! I'm in the middle of a horde.
I would like to be in a horde. That's exciting. I'm just on some beans, bro. On some beans.
Oh, I found the CDC.
I think I'm in Atlanta. I'm not sure though.
It's funny because I was kind of in the place in my personal life, and I told Fish about this on Sunday when we streamed. I was kind of in the place in my personal life where I really needed, and school really wasn't in the department to do that, and I would have done anything to like be sent back home.
Oh no!
But now that I'm sent back home, I'm kind of mad about it.
I found you.
Oh, hey, it's you. Yeah, it is you. Is this the CDC?
I don't know. This is what I'm following the compass still.
I'm following
the compass just takes you like to like a statue in like the center of the map. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on, I'm following the statue also.
Okay,
I mean the not statue, the compass. Just wait there and be very smart about how you sit and wait.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's find a building to stay in.
Zombie wearing clothes.
Wait, guys, I found what looks kind of like the CDC.
Go in.
It's like a little gated thing?
Yes. Go inside.
Okay, I'm really scared.
There's lots of... Actually, let's meet you out there.
I think I'm at the CDC. It's all these towers.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. There's so many zombies.
I'm inside a building.
I'm leaving. Where are you, Brady?
Over here.
Wait. I'm confusion. Why is this one Kansas? Where are y'all?
Get out of here.
Yeah, let's leave. There's way too many zombies. Let's get in one of the houses out here.
Because I have a flare gun. I could use. The compass commands that I found. That's what the compass is telling me, bro.
No door.
I'm running out of ammo.
Ooh, got a hoe. Yeah, bro.
I'm not seeing any more ammunitions.
I found an axe.
Alright, I'm going on a quest to find y'all. I don't care if I find the CDC. That big old factory? You guys are the big old factory?
That big old factory is where I got killed. Better be careful.
Yeah.
You guys are by it though.
No, we're in like a suburb area.
Oh, man. It looks like a spawn.
Yeah, I found another assault rifle clip.
Where'd you go?
I'm upstairs.
I have not
Okay.
found the CDC, guys. I repeat, I have not found the CDC.
Okay. I got a flashlight.
I have not found the CDC, I repeat.
Dude.
It is not Baby Yoda.
We need to
Repeat,
get out of here. The zombies
it
are
is
coming.
not Baby Yoda.
Does it get brighter when I use the flashlight for you?
Not for me.
Dude, it's so bright right now.
Shine bright like a diamond.
There's
Issues, and I think it's turning people away from. Because there's nobody watching anymore.
nobody.
I don't know, man.
Stay on top of the, because I'm seeing nothing as far as the live stream for me, so I have no clue how it looks or anything.
It sounds okay. It has been loading a little slow, but it will have moments of being totally normal.
Yeah.
Like right now, I think it's moving at a normal rate.
Oh shit, the zombies are. Oh my god, there's like 10 of them.
Guys, I found a suburb. Is that you?
Oh no.
Oh.
I found a suburb. Is that
No,
you guys?
we're not in the suburb.
Well,
Oh man.
yeah, we're not in the suburbs, sadly.
We're probably at Atlanta at this point.
Oh no.
Let's get out of this house. There's like no doors on it.
Yeah. Sledgehammer, bro. Leash. Should I leash up some of those zombies?
You can tie them to stuff, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, there's a zombie here. There, dude.
Guys, it's really sad because my Mac keeps telling me I don't have storage and keeps wanting to turn Minecraft off, and it's one of the funniest things. Because it'll be like, hey, force quit Java right now before the computer explodes. And then I just press escape and it goes, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
What a cock, man. Just pushing my computer around.
Yeah.
I'm confused out with my MacBook. It's like, where filling you with? Why do you get, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever wonder when your computer's like, I'm full? It's like,
We're in a rich neighborhood, Brady.
I'm in a poor neighborhood. Or just, I guess, the more normal. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
I got five
You seem
shots left in
fairly
my...
safe in this house. I'm going to check, make sure Discord's running fine.
We still got no one. If I get tired, I'm not too married to the server, so I might just sit back and focus on being entertained. Oh man, I need to find a way to get here.
See,
This.
Oh, hey, I found a car. There's a bunch of people in a car over here.
okay. It was eating up so much CPU. So it's going to be... I don't know how this is going to work. We might just switch over to the other server because that worked just fine the other day.
You want to do that instead?
If this keeps acting like this. Jillian Lentz.
We got Joe?
Oh no!
Why
Are
does
you
my
okay?
sound quality sound weird?
No.
It's the same, Jillian, as yesterday. Well, I mean last time, not yesterday.
No!
Okay. I
And you
died.
heard me earlier today. Jill, this is how I sounded.
Here. I'm going to put in the other server name in the Discord.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, Jillian.
We had the Nops for a second, Jillian.
Yeah. I think they might have left.
Wait. Fish.
What?
Our old server, I think, is up.
Which one?
The Oasis?
Is it?
Look, it says it's a snapshot now, though.
It doesn't say that for me.
It says 20W11A.
But it has an X for me.
Me too. But maybe that's because it's a snapshot.
It's out of date.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay. So let's edit. Wait. So in the Discord, I'm gonna put in the server name. Yeah.
It's a pretty good server. It's pretty cute, you know. I see a hand.
Okay.
Yo, it's kind of a cute little server and everything, you know. It's pretty cool. And everything.
Okay, let's join.
Aw, you used the photo from my art thing earlier.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that. You're a little sweaty pie, man.
Oh, I need to restart my game now. Oh no, that was another problem apparently.
Oh.
So you guys won't see anything for a moment.
Well, let me just run my mouth then.
Yeah, just run your mouth.
Let me run my mouth. We have a guest that Fish didn't mention in anything.
Oh yeah.
This is Josh Hubbard, also known as Hush Jubs. He's an internet personality like us.
It is.
Hello.
And the Hush Jubs.
I thought Jebulon would be a good fit for the show. I mean, I streamed with him for a long spell in 2018. I bet you remember that. And we had a lot of fun, so I figure
I'm the internet personality that doesn't have any actual content to back that statement up.
Oh, Emma's here. My lady's here. I didn't know she'd actually come in. The girls usually freak out when Emma's like, yeah, they're freaking out right now.
We got all the girls now, bro. All the girls who are subscribed to me. No, I think there's more. I think more than half of my subscribers are girls. It's basically all girls than you and Jack.
On
We'll survive.
Okay. Come on, Minecraft.
Yeah, you're in here, Brady. Nice.
There we go. There we go.
So just start dumping either very existential or very stupid questions.
I like answering questions.
This is a segment called Ask Us.
Yeah.
I want to do an Ask Brady segment where it's just nonsense.
It's not an AMA.
For like
it's
self-help, AMD.
ABA.
ABA. Ask Brady about.
ABB.
EP. Hosh. Is it Hosh _ Jubs in Minecraft?
Yeah, Hosh _ Jubs.
Capitalized, as I believe.
Yes.
Okay, let's get rid of that pesky chat. Okay, yeah. Guys in chat, ask us things.
TPA here.
Have you guys made like a group or anything?
Yeah, we're a what's it called? We're a clan faction
whatever it's called.
faction clan. This is my little humble abode. You can post out here if you want.
No,
Open
we
some
have
chests and
the
stuff 'cause it's fun.
coronavirus super secret corona bunker.
Where is it?
Yeah.
I need to get away from it.
No, that's where we go to get away from the corona.
Exactly.
You want to see the bunker? I'll show you the bunker. Maybe you could be our bunker test guy. Like you actually stay in the bunker.
Yeah, I'd be fine expanding a bunker, living in a bunker.
How's the corona? Cause Emma asked this. I think she's asking the girls. How's the coronavirus affected your intimate relationship with Fish and also Brady?
No, she is asking you about your intimate relationship with me.
It hasn't, but Fish has an autoimmune. So, I know Fish isn't a very touchy person anyway, so I wasn't too worried about giving him anything ever. But yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm lost. I found the bunker like immediately last night.
Here, you want me to come out and guide you?
I see it.
How to get to the bunker?
I don't know. I mean, you already dug that. She tried to correct it and say relations. I was like, you already dug that.
Yeah.
It's made me communicate with Fish more on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, we have to find different ways to communicate.
The World Wide Web. Here's our Hosh.
Oh my gosh. Super.
Good. Don't.
Oh, he's going into it.
Dude, you want to make sure he's not contaminated? I have potion.
Oh yeah, we have to test you first. Make sure
I just splashed him with potion of healing, but if you're sick,
let's test it. So, if I give you, wait a second. If I give you
a kiss.
If I give you
a kiss.
This and this. What do you... Brady, you took the sticks. Give him the sticks.
Do this and this.
What do you make?
What do you make?
Here, well, let me see.
What's the first thing? Julian had a question for us. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get back to school if we go back? I'm going to go up down to the Haven, and I'm going to get a game fuel. I'm just being realistic. I'm being realistic here.
Yeah.
Coke Energy.
No, first thing I'm going to do is probably take a nap.
How's your family rationing toilet paper? We're not, because my old man said if the toilet paper thing becomes a problem, do people not have, like, cloth? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gotten so...
there we go.
Focused on being, like, convenient, you know?
He doesn't have the coronavirus. He's good now.
Okay, well, he can stay in here then.
Yeah.
Is there any beds on bottom? Or are you not done with the bunker yet?
I'm not done with it yet.
How can you not be done? The corona's already here.
Here, Hosh up here.
I'm trying.
This will be like we got company down here, by the way.
We do?
Yeah, I think there's a little feller. I killed him, little character.
Okay. Here. On the next
Your family's
level,
rationing.
Down. We need to fill 1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
4, 5.
So I pitched the idea to have the coronavirus on the Brady Day show. My mother thought it was in really poor taste.
Why would it be a good guess?
They said people are dying, and I was like,
everyone's dying.
Right. And then my father was like, then you might as well just have cancer on the show. And I was like, I think you guys are misunderstanding. This is satire. We don't think this is a good... And I wanted the show's stance to be on it, that what is more dangerous than the disease is fear.
Okay, multiple people in the chat are asking about Josh. So
yeah,
I don't know
about Hosh. About Hosh. It's just tell us about yourself.
Wait. Never mind. The stream stopped for me. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not nothing's wrong with it though.
Okay.
So I should probably actually open the stream on my end so I can actually read the questions. So I don't seem like an idiot.
It's basically who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Basically,
Who am
this.
I?
Yeah.
Who am I? Well, that's a big question. I mean, how can I answer coronavirus? I'm a man. I like long walks on the beach. I'm 19 years old. I'm a ginger. I hope that doesn't make anyone upset.
I hope that's not too forward.
Yeah, that's a touchy topic nowadays.
Yeah. Almost as touchy as the coronavirus.
Yeah,
I know.
Since it's very controversial.
So I go to Miami. I'm
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Eaton, Ohio. I'm from Corn County. We like corn.
Yeah.
We besides corn and football is what keeps us going at night.
Man.
I go to Miami University. I'm a double major. I'm a history major, and I'm also a games plus simulation major. Don't ask me how those two connect. They don't.
Yeah.
You just sound like a guy who's going to be developing a Civ 6 and Civ 7.
Civ 69.
Civ 69, the Civs of the future.
Yeah.
What else do you guys want to know?
Yeah, you guys are the ones asking questions.
We've got quite a bit of people on here today.
Yeah.
What else do you guys want to know? I'm going to spread some more links around. I really want to see if we can get Gerald.
Gerald got on last night. Actually, Gerald got some good news today.
What's the good news from Jer Bear?
So he got accepted for the position.
Oh, good. So he's going to be working with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the chat open.
Long walks on the beach.
Hannah Knopp?
Yes.
You're pronouncing that right. Yeah, she's a friend of ours. This is Hannah Knopp. Friend of the show.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I'm just kind of here, you know? I'm just kind of living life. Hope I don't get corona and die, you know?
Hosh, I acted with Hosh at Richmond Civic Theater down where I'm from during my 8 years.
I miss acting sometimes.
It's for someone who does it now basically for a living without being paid. You kind of miss when it was simple.
See, I did like it when it's simple, and that's what I'm worried about. If I did it again, it wouldn't be simple.
Yeah, I think you could still approach it with like a childlike mindset and wonder. Yeah, Hannah, get some hypotheticals ready for him. I think he would like that.
There's Jillian asked, "What are your hopes and dreams?"
Yeah, I see that. Well, Jillian, my hopes and dream at the moment. I've actually made my own company. It's just a small indie game studio at the moment. I'm just working on card games, like party card games and stuff like that. And I hope by May 31st to have my website up and running, and to at least have one small card game out. My goal is to kind of like build up a following and a fan base of some kind before like I move on like to bigger projects. Because I honestly would like to start making some money to like support my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Independent and be able to make products that I know people like. So yeah, there you go, Jillian.
That's a very good answer, Haj. You were prepared.
I love that.
I mean, I'm really I knew about the card game thing, and that's part of the reason I wanted you on the show. Is back when you did your comics, I always wanted to play. And now that you're doing something different that's still really exciting, I still wanted to be there.
Yeah. And at the moment, I just have like Jub's games going, but once I get that off the ground, I'm thinking about expanding it. Cause there's like so many other ideas I want to do. Because I'm like still like on the side like working on like screenplays and stuff like that for like really dumb but funny movies and stuff like that. So I think I just want to basically make entertainment, I'd say.
It's weird because Fish, I'm looking at the stream right now, and we had like 6 people, and now we have 1.
We keep jumping back and forth. I don't know why it's so iffy.
And it keeps buffering really poorly. Yeah, okay, we have 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some hypotheticals from Hannah now.
Okay.
Would you rather rather one of your friends, I can't read. Would you rather one of your dreams come true, like when you made your goals, or 2 of your best friends' dreams, like their big things come true?
I would say 2 of my best friends, because my dream is to just be successful, and I feel like that no matter what I do, I just want to be successful, and I feel like through hard work I can achieve that. But other people have dreams that aren't as easy to achieve, even like if they work really hard. So I feel like I'd rather have 2 of my best friends have their dreams be achieved.
Yeah, because I was going to say, are 2 of your best friends like making the cure for cancer, or like a pill that cures hangovers or something? Like, maybe they're doing God's work, and
Maybe
you just want to make money.
Maybe my best friend is God.
Yeah, and maybe
Amen.
he's got some good dreams. And why would
You're
you?
right.
Why would you step on his deal?
Maybe my best friend is the guy currently making Space Jam 2, and like I want that to be a good film.
I want Space Jam 2 to succeed.
I would rather his dreams come true than mine.
I'd rather his not. I'm sorry. I'm the one person who doesn't want Space Jam to come back from the dead.
Why not? Space Jam's a pretty good movie if you rewatch it.
Space Jam is hilarious as a time capsule. It is.
Biggest issue, for tabletop gaming, like with card gaming and stuff, we're in an interesting position because I'm not sure if you guys knew this. The biggest tabletop convention is in Germany, right? But listen to this. The second biggest is in Indianapolis.
Hey.
And the fourth biggest is in Columbus. So we're like right in the center of like some of the biggest tabletop gaming conventions there are, like in the world.
That's really fantastic for your purposes of marketing, because I mean, you could go to those conventions and set up a table, and just get to work, start selling boxes of stuff. How soon do you think the first game will drop? Do you know? If you don't have an ETA, that's fine.
At the moment, it's a simple card game. Really, the biggest thing is that I'm using Adobe Illustrator to design the cards, like each card. They're about poker size, and they're going to be like 54 of them. It's just coming down to me designing them. But the issue is that I have classes. It's just a free time thing at the moment. But I want to try to have it done and ready to go by May 31st.
And then how will it be available? Are you going to do...
I know you can self-publish stuff on Amazon.
That's what I was going to ask.
And Amazon's a pretty trustworthy site. Like I want people to know that they can trust where they're putting their money. So I'm probably going to try to have a way that you can purchase on my website, but also through Amazon if you want.
Oh my God, we're getting some good questions. The girls are on fire tonight. All right. We have a question from... If the whole world was going to die out, would you sacrifice yourself to save it, or let yourself live and everything else die?
Well, of course I'd sacrifice myself. I mean, what world would there be if I'm the only person alive, basically? I mean, there's nothing at that point. Being a history major, I basically spent all my time learning about some of the greatest and even some of the worst acts. But even then, it's no, not everyone deserves to just die out.
Yeah, I have a question that's different than all these. I'll get to the next two. Being a history major, I've heard it described. I'm having a stroke. Sorry. Does history make great people, or do great people make history?
I'd say great people make history.
I would agree with you, but sometimes it just seems like right place, right time.
It really is, and also this is another thing. When you start getting into college history, you start talking about historical narratives, and it's actually a frame of mind because keep in mind, all these people are human. Every human makes mistakes. But these historical narratives, especially with things like the Founding Fathers, they frame them in a set of mind that they're basically perfect. They're perfect humans. They were great all the way. They never did anything wrong. When really, sure, they did great things, but they also did some bad things because it was just the time they lived in, and it was just because they're human. And that's things people need to accept and realize is that everybody has some skeletons in their closet and stuff like that. Like every historical figure, no matter how much good they did, probably had some bad side to them. Like think about Albert Einstein for a second. Well, he made lots of scientific advancements, had lots of great theories, but he also helped in the creation of the atomic bomb and stuff. So each thing has its own drawbacks.
Yeah, I mean, me being a history enthusiast, don't say buff, but enthusiast myself. I mean, I've learned that the hard way. That there are a lot of historical figures that people will politicize or not want to show the full colors of, because then it kills their movement. Like Dr. King sleeping with other women type thing, like him being a cheater. They don't tell you that as a kid. You know what I mean? And they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think they should. I'm not saying it's like a revisionist history thing. It is what it is.
And then with the issue of revisionist history is that you try to get in the things where it's just like some history books like trying not to mention slavery at all or something, and that's a major deal. Like you just cannot do that.
To me, it's disrespectful.
Oh, it's extremely disrespectful.
These people suffered, and you're just gonna forget about it. You're just gonna move on and act like it isn't a thing.
And another thing about being a history, you get into debates and discussions. Like one of the biggest debates you'll see, it's still debated about heavily today, is that what put seemingly regular people to kill minorities in Nazi Germany and stuff like that. And if it was basically that it was just, there's a big debate between two writers. Is it just anti-Semitism, or is it the environment that they basically lived in that pushed them to kill, even like if they weren't comfortable with it?
Argument. I'm gonna get to some other questions because that's a good can of worms to unpack, actually.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, I've noticed most podcasts, I've watched a lot of Norman, I've noticed a lot of podcasts always go back to Hitler, so I'm gonna wait until everyone gets bored out of their mind of talking about that real jerk.
Yeah, people. It's talked about a lot because people are just like, oh, why is always going back to Hitler? But like, guys, that's kind of one of the most important that's happened.
I think we're fascinated. Personally, I think we can't comprehend.
Oh yeah, we really cannot comprehend what happened and like how that all occurred.
And like in a matter of years, this guy comes to power, and the Germany declares war on the world, and then eventually there's a war on two fronts, and that's when the U.S. gets involved.
Brady, did I tell you I'm in a class? It's a small 1 credit hour class. I think a lot of you find this interesting. It's actually, you know about the Yalta Conference, correct?
I do not.
The Yalta Conference was when FDR, Winston Churchill, and Joseph Stalin all met up in 1945 to discuss the plans for basically the end of the war and like how the world would look like after the war was done. And this class, the entire class itself, is a big diplomacy role-playing game where we reenact the Yalta Conference and we go through each point and we debate to try to get any point we want across and to try to change the outcome for our team. I'm actually on the Soviet side.
I figured you're a buff, man. You love some Soviet Russia stuff.
It was actually randomly decided. I'm actually his name's Lavrenti Beria. Have you ever heard of him before?
I've not heard of this man.
Stalin himself, when FDR met Beria, Stalin described him as he is our Himmler.
Oh my God, the second in command.
He was the director of the NKVD, which was basically the precursor to the KGB, and he himself the deaths of millions of people, sent millions to the gulag to work, and it gets even worse than that. He was a serial rapist. He raped like over hundreds of women and threatened. He was so bad that Stalin would not allow his own daughter to be alone in the same room with him. And
Stalin killed his own son, so he's not really the greatest parent anyway.
And literally right when Stalin so bad that all the members of the Communist Party literally took him and they shot him in a back alley. He was so terrible.
See, I've noticed with the Russians is it's like they breed these monsters in history, and they get so powerful that they want to kill. Like this case with Rasputin too.
Yeah.
They're what have I created? And they bail. I'm gonna try to get to the other questions, so that we're not here all night talking about how great.
Oh yeah, great.
Himmler. I just want to point out that Julian yelled that.
Oh, Julian loves Nazism. Anyway, let's focus on the important things here. My big titty goth GF asked, if you were a dictator of a country, what crazy extreme would you do? I assume what crazy extreme actions would you go to?
That's because I personally don't agree with the idea of a dictator. So that's an interesting question.
I don't think anyone completely agrees.
Being a more left-leaning libertarian as well, I that's really I need to think about that one. Let's move on to the next question now.
Okay. Hannah say, how would you change your life today if the life expectancy was 400?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you all. Eating healthier.
That's what you would do?
Yeah. I would work, spend more to be successful, and spend my time more wisely. Because honestly, going to college, it feels like I'm eating the same stuff every day, and it's really affecting my weight.
Amen, man.
Oh yeah.
Me and Fish have both had periods of like, I'm gonna live in the gym, and then like.
And then we do that for like a couple weeks, and then it's like all of a sudden.
The longest I've gone is like 2 months on and off, and it feels great. Pick up, man.
It just makes me disappointed in myself because over the summer I was going like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to the gym, and it made me feel really good.
It's good to have a schedule. I mean, I did break days like you did the Thursday, Tuesday deal.
Yeah.
So I would take those days off and then sometimes maybe run and just do nothing else.
Yeah.
I really wanted to actually come in because I have dance class, and those things will kick your ass. They really make you work. They really make you move. And people underestimate how much of a workout like dancing actually can be.
Dancing is a massive workout. That's some of the hardest stuff I did.
It's insane. All right. So next question, I guess, since you answered it with the quarantine. Sorry. Jillian says, what do you want to accomplish in this quarantine period? Do you want to maybe finish your game? Is there something on your to-do list while we're all inside?
I want to work on my game more, make sure I'm doing well in my classes and stuff, obviously. Something I am disappointed about with this whole coronavirus deal is that I had actually made a list of all the smaller, I didn't want to go with any of the bigger conventions, but I had actually listed off all the smaller conventions like in about a 50-mile radius, and we were actually planning out if like we could get like the website set up in time and I could release a game going as vendors to and stuff like that.
That's really
to get
smart.
the word out. But with this coronavirus deal, we're not going to be doing that, obviously. We're not going to be risking traveling.
Yeah. I'm at a point too because like I have multiple projects lined up for this whole break and things I need to get done. But I also know that I'll probably be staying till the rest of the year. That's more likely every moment, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's inevitable at this point that I'm going to just be staying house for like a really long time. So that's why I have to write up a contract for my audiobook deal, and I'm like, I've done this before, but I also am in no rush because I'm not going anywhere.
For me, I just want to work and to push myself because I want to be able to create things that I know will make people happy in the end. If I know just one person is like playing one of my games and enjoying themselves, that's enough for me. But I also want to work and be successful enough that I'm, financially comfortable. And that can be an odd thing because I feel like if I don't start soon enough, like I'm not gonna be able to build up a fan base or anything, and
Yeah.
like it won't be economically successful for me.
Look, it ain't much, but it's honest work.
It is. It's I mean, like I just turned 19. It's getting to the point where I need to start working on my dreams and stuff like that.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Emma. She was talking about the little plant you put the tree. She thinks is adorable. You put in the. And frankly, I agree with her.
Yeah, I like it.
My favorite thing to have in a pot in my the little dead bush.
Yeah.
If we were next to a desert, I definitely would have got one of those.
They're really funny looking. You guys have any other topics? I'm trying to steer away from the Nazi stuff, so when it starts getting like even later, dive into.
We have to save that for the post 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
What's your questions, everyone? I'm open.
They're taking a break, man.
Yeah.
They're taking a break. Ask some more general ones, maybe that we.
Mm-hmm.
I did like a lot of stuff you asked Kosh, though. Really creative answers, everybody. I mean, questions. I'm striking out, man.
I don't know, man.
I'm planning to have the EP.
Ooh.
It's funny. Kosh, you've met Elijah Phillips before, right?
Oh, I have.
What a man. I'm laughing because none of my friends at school have more than probably one. I talk about this guy all the time. It's the girlfriend who lives in Canada deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're like skeptical that he exists.
I just think it's funny. The one time that he came to Anderson, it was like I was gone for the weekend, and so like I came back and like he like laid down in my bed and that kind of stuff, and I was like, I forget if you told me beforehand or if I just was like, this isn't how I left my bed. But it was just
EP is a agent of chaos like yours truly. I love him to death, man. I started texting him last night, and it was like we were like 17 again. It was so.
EP is. I miss cooking with EP.
EP. When the season, what did you have you kept up with the Brady Day show before it ended?
I've been trying to keep up with it. I've been trying.
Because I think we only got to episode, was it 4, 5?
Technically 5.
Technically, we had 6, 7 episodes because of the pilot.
Oh yeah.
And because of this New Year's special.
I died.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do some more. We got some more questions. This is really light. Jillian Lint says, biggest regret. I'm gonna not make it existential. Let's try to focus on art. Is there that you were like, oh?
My biggest regret, I have to say, is just a personal thing. Is that sometimes I have issues staying committed to projects. Just kind of I just kind of let it go. Even though I may think this is a really great idea, it's just I lose the energy and I just let it go.
Yeah, I've lost drive on a lot of different things, and it's awful, man. Those things where it's a project that I've been so passionate about that's constantly been on life support, and I don't know how that is possible.
Oh no.
What? Me talking about the show like that?
So the stream just caught up to whenever I died, and I saw
Emma
was like, "Fish, no."
But yeah, the Brady Day show has been a project I've been passionate about since we rebooted the show. Now, well, 2 years ago, and it's constantly been on life support. And I don't know if that's a testament to the project itself. I don't know. I'm at the point now where it's like,
no, it's so laggy.
I'm itching to get started. I'm itching to get started on it, but I also don't know what is exactly next. Yeah, but I don't know. My biggest artistic regret would either be not jumping on that reboot wagon sooner and not having the foresight. I mean, I tried. And my other one would be just not the channel. I had like a break a few years back.
Hey, you have like 200 subscribers.
This is the best we've been doing. What there's a video that's been video I made as a junior in high school. It's called Study Guide, and it was a project I did for class, and it's blown and continues to, because it's for Jack London's short story To Build a Fire, which no one wants to read.
Mm-hmm.
For a project, I made a crash course, effectively, that was really funny and shitty and stupid, and I thought it was like amazing. So yeah, it's a thing that exists now, and I want to make a sequel because people are really responding. So that might be what I might be an educational YouTuber for the rest of my life. So that's always there. But that's another regret, is that I didn't make a sequel to that sooner, because it got attention pretty fast, and it continues to get attention. I get comments on it about every other.
That's
crazy.
Good. That's
it's
really good.
Crazy. Because not many things. There are not many pieces of media about them, and it gets recommended by the same things. It's wacky.
Wow.
And the Brady Day Show teaser, actually, the new one I made for season 2, actually did a lot better than I expected it to.
And we're back.
Yeah. I really want to make a teaser. I might actually make it before I drop the real episode for the coronavirus, where it's just me and EP repeatedly saying, "And we're back."
I would love that. Just,
I don't know why.
We're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Any more questions?
I'm not quite sure. I think some of them were getting tired.
Yeah. Well, they're coming up with another question. I will answer biggest regret. And biggest regret is, I don't know. Probably.
Wait.
What?
Emma just said Professor Brady in the chat and winked. I don't know what that means. Kind of into it.
Because you're an educational YouTuber now. You're Professor Brady.
Oh, yeah. Continue, sorry. Jack's back, by the way.
Jack!
The way he wrote it is like he's busted in the room. Like he kicked the saloon doors down and said, "Hannah, you here?"
Hannah, you here?
Bust the saloon doors. So goofy, man. Alright, what were you going to say your biggest regret was before I rudely cut you off?
Biggest regret is probably not making more content. Because I always psych myself out every time I think about making content, you know?
That's because you hate yourself.
I hate myself so much.
Because you hate yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Joshua, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm just hearing you spectate. Because it's interesting inviting you into this world of me and Fish's stupid antics.
Yeah.
I love it.
My biggest regret is not introducing everybody to EP or not like getting him on campus. Sorry about that, Hannah. I didn't catch it the first time. How long do you think you would survive if food stopped being shipped and you had to grow/forage it yourself?
I'd die a little bit after the food ran out.
I don't know. That's my answer.
I don't know how to farm.
I think I probably could figure it out, but my problem is more of the drive. I would be like, I'll just put it off until like till I'm like, oh, now I have to actually.
See, I hang out with a family of 4 who eat quite a bit and are very social creatures. So I think we would be pretty hard pressed to figure it out. Especially my old man. I feel like he would be he loves puzzling things like that out. So I feel like once he knew we were running out of stuff, he'd go, "Hey, I was on the internet looking at ways to grow food. I think we could try this." And if not him, my grandmother gardens all the time too. So it's like I feel like if we had a contingency, because my backyard, I was playing in Devil in my backyard, a decent place to farm this morning, jokingly. So I was already kind of thinking about this. So that's a good question, Hannah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'd probably be in the same boat where it's like, not the fact that we need to figure out quickly, because I would probably put off to the last possible second. But I feel like I would surprise myself with how much I actually know.
About farming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to throw in some more questions. Jack, if you have any questions,
also,
we're definitely glad to answer
I'm
those.
so glad that you appreciate the milk video. I loved that video.
I love that milk video too, man.
I want that to continue just to be a huge running gag for the years to come. Just
this
how much
summer, man. If the whole Corona blizzard blows over, I'd love to have you on the Brady Day show because we would make so many jokes about milk, man. I'd give you 2 gallons and ask you to drink them right in front of us.
Dude, totally.
Or a half gallon and just let you go to town.
So the thing is, you start the video giving me a gallon and say, by the end of this interview, I want you to drink this entire gallon. Drink the entire gallon. And
I'm into that.
Because the thing is, you can't drink that much that quickly. So there will be a point where I literally just give up. And I feel like that's exactly the kind of stuff you would want for the show.
Yeah, I think a half gallon would drive you crazy, or like 2 half gallons, because your human body cannot take in a whole gallon of milk.
What you need to do is give me a small little table with increasingly larger glasses of milk. And so I start out with like a shot glass thing.
You're just revealing how
man. And with each question you ask, I have to drink a larger glass of milk. And from the shot glass, I have to get to
any question you refuse to answer, you have another swig of milk. It's called the Milk Chug Challenge. All right. Hannah has a question. Her said, I think is an all-skate. If you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing about life, be all-skate. I didn't expect silence. I was like,
be careful.
What you wish for?
Be careful about the people you spend your time with.
Yeah.
Solid.
I think my thing is, I have a problem with going back and telling your younger self stuff, because like that would change who I am today. And I'd ultimately, like, as much as I'm like I'd want to change things about myself, I like who I am, so I want to be the same. So I would probably just say, it'll be okay. Just simply that.
I'd want to walk up to him and give him a big old wet kiss. That's what I want to do.
How did I see that coming?
Wait. Is kissing okay? Honest question. Is kissing yourself
say it?
Is that gay? Is kissing yourself gay?
On the Brady Day show, we asked Griff that. We said, would it be gay if you had a sexual relationship with? And we argued that it wouldn't be gay. Jokingly to him, because it is technically gay. The act is.
But I'm talking about I'm talking about like just kissing yourself though. Like,
oh, what is the intent of the kiss?
But that's the thing. Does the intent matter? Like, it's still you. Like, it's you.
I think it does, because if you're macking on yourself and you want some, that's different than if you're like, oh, I love, almost like brotherly or like or friendly. Like, oh, it's so good to see.
Saying you love yourself.
I wanted to answer the weirdest way possible. I just want to start macking on myself. If I were to go back in time, I'd tell myself, this is really vague and sounds like something for like a 90s like fantasy movie, but I would say never forget who you are.
That really does.
Really vague, but I feel like I would puzzle over that because I'm an overthinker and I would really want to know what that meant.
Or
that's literally that's like literally the fucking Lion King. You just like appear in the clouds and you're like, remember.
Remember. Hush, I remember when we got breadsticks that one day. You talked at the Lion King remake. Do you still hate it as much as the Average Bear?
Of course I do. Of course I do. I mean, when you still have the original around, like, it's just terrible. It's literally just terrible.
Fish, have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I have now.
Did you? It's
Eh.
fine, right? Yeah,
But,
it's just
like,
fine.
That's the thing. Of course, it's fine. It's Lion King.
Like, yeah, it's the Lion King, so it's like, oh yeah, Hannah wants to remind us that her bro is Jack is in the chat. So
Jack's a tough kid, man. I'm trying to not aggressive about all the expletives I could.
Yeah.
I think we've done an okay job, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, just...
Did you just have a stroke, Jet? To never have you... You
to
said,
never
man.
have you as a sister. Oh, never have you as a sister. Is that your biggest regret? Is that what you're talking about? Or is it if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing? To never have Hannah as a sister.
Jack's being a real...
Yeah.
Jack's being a real...
Lion King remake.
Yes.
Lion King remake. It's pointless. It's literally just pointless.
All of these, though? Other than money?
Exactly. They're all pointless.
Okay.
Because I like money. We're privy to some more all skate questions. Those are good, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else, other topics, because I'm kind of done with the whole Lion King thing. Fish, do you have anything? Any interesting topic?
One thing I saw today that I completely forgot about was, do you guys remember back in 2016, his name was something exotic.
Something exotic.
Here. No. Here. Joe Exotic.
What about Joe Exotic?
I don't know who this man is.
He ran for president.
What?
He ran for president. And he is literally like one of the most interesting people I've ever seen online.
Well, he is exotic.
So
are you saying you found a weirdo like I do?
Yes. But
you found a weirdo, man.
He came up because recently he was convicted of hiring a hitman to have somebody killed.
Oh my god.
Wait,
yeah.
So he wanted to kill somebody, or he was being killed by a hitman?
No, he wanted to kill somebody.
Did he get it done?
No.
Oh, must have been a bad hitman then.
Yeah, he just told the police.
The hitman said, "Hey, apparently this guy's a public figure. I don't do that. Okay, you got me. Your badge literally says hitman."
Yeah. So what happened was, so
night, baby.
Backstory.
My girlfriend's going to sleep.
Lame.
Good night.
Good night. Get some good rest. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. But so, the backstory of this is, this man, he ran for president, and one of his most famous video that came out was him standing with his lions and tigers, and he was just there, and he said, like, listen, I'm just going to give it to you straight, or something like that. And he said, here's some things you need to know about me. I will not cut my hair. I will not change my appearance. I am gay. I've had like 2 boyfriends my whole life, that kind of stuff. While he's there, like, petting his tiger with the most southern accent you could imagine.
And why is this guy not the president yet?
I don't know.
How has this man not been?
I don't know.
Well, Emma's leaving, so they all had to saying good night.
Any more great questions, audience? This has been some good questions.
Would you rather vote for that guy that you're just talking about, whatever his name is?
Joe
Put his name
Exotic.
in the chat. Joe Exotic. Please,
Yeah.
please send me a link to something he's done in the Discord, because I'd love to make a Joe
Yes.
Exotic video, because if people don't know about it.
I will send it in the Discord.
What does my house look like? I don't know.
She's asking Jack. Because he was like, I know where you live. She's like, okay, where's my house? Yeah, he said not saying to other people. Nice save, Jack.
But yeah, here I'll send you the
Just
video
drop it.
because
Just drop it in, man.
Yeah, because this guy. It's like a 2-minute video, but you can look up more about him. This guy is literally. I don't know why he is not the president.
I have a question for. Movies or series or YouTube channels that you've before or after this entertained?
I did watch Frozen 2 today.
What's your review, man? I saw it when me and Fish saw when it came out. Me, Hannah, and Fish went.
Was it opening weekend? I feel like it was opening weekend. It doesn't matter. Continue.
With it because I just watched Frozen when Disney Plus came out.
Okay.
So it was all right.
Mhm. See, it's not as good as Frozen 1, but
I think it's a cool movie. I think there was a lot of really cool ideas, and I think the stuff they wanted to get done and execute well, they did. I just feel like when Disney makes sequels or remakes. In Frozen 2 more than in the remakes.
Because I'm not sure if you picked up on this, but it felt like they were mentioning how they were sisters somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How they were related.
Because I know after the first movie, people were like, "Are these lesbians or something?"
So you think they were trying to chock it full of the fact that they're sisters to get rid of that?
Yeah, because you know how people acted. I mean, Onward supposedly had a gay character on screen, and a lot of places banned the movie.
Oh, it's hilarious. The gay character is there for 5 seconds and has one line.
And you know what? Apparently, that only happened because the voice actor accidentally had the mic on when she said something in real life.
Oh, really? The line?
Yeah, they just decided to keep it in.
I thought the character was fine. She's really inconsequential. Because I thought the whole time they were talking about the Manticore or someone who actually appears in the story for more than 5 seconds.
I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's not Oscar winning, but it's definitely really.
That disappoints me though, because I expect more out of Pixar.
I do too, but this is kind of forgettable for them. But it also is extremely enjoyable anyway because they're just so good at world building and fun stories that they can sleep on it. Good.
I'm really interested in that Soul movie.
I'm actually, I was going to say the same thing. Soul seemed a lot better.
Because it's directed by Pete Docter, man. He does
mess up, man.
He made Up, Monsters, Inc. He's done all of it,
Pete
man.
Docter's
Inside Out,
great. Inside Out gets slept on quite a bit.
Did he also do? No, it was Brad Bird who did Incredibles.
Yeah, that's Brad Bird. I think Doctor's incredible.
But yeah, I have a lot of faith in that movie because the subject matter actually looks really interesting.
Well, I've always wanted to see the Pixar's take on the afterlife, and it's interesting that we finally get to see that.
They did that in Coco.
They did, yeah, but that was based on a mythology, though.
Yeah.
That was one type of afterlife. I'm glad you had that loaded, though. You really
Wow,
thought I was an idiot.
You're such
so
an
it's not your
idiot,
culture,
Brady.
so it's mythology. It's not your culture, so you call it mythology. You call it a myth, huh?
Most of
Wow.
the
Wow, so
most
insensitive, Brady.
most of the Mexican people don't believe that
Mexican?
Yeah.
I think you mean Hispanic, Brady.
the people who celebrate the Day of the Dead are in Mexico. The movie takes place literally in Mexico.
I can't believe how racist you are, Brady. I can't believe this. Everyone stop watching. Oh, there's 4 people on.
Yeah.
Guys, come on. Why are you canceling me?
Yeah, guys, come on.
I'm literally I'm the brownest person out of the 3 of us, and I'm being canceled. I'm not sure
I
how this
also love
works.
the fact that there's like the chat is like they're not even watching the same video.
It's devolved into an argument at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Hannah, I'm 9.
Hey, Brady, how do you feel about all this Copa shit?
Copa Cabana. I haven't been keeping up with the world, bro. Look, I don't know anything about that, but I'll tell you this much.
It's the child protection thing on YouTube.
Oh, that Copa thing.
Yes.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's affected creators as much because when it first came out, everyone wanted to pick a side and be like, Copa's the worst thing ever. I actually think it hasn't really hurt people yet. I think it could, but it's going to stop child channels from or in parentheses child channels
from posting that creepy shit.
Yeah, who are going to be creepy or take advantage of viewers.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Elsa.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Elsa stuff. It's gonna try to eliminate that, and I'm all game for that because I don't like America's youth being exploited.
But what's wrong with that? Isn't money fun?
Yeah.
Money's fun. But
so
it's not fun to watch young people get tricked.
The only thing I've experienced from the whole COPPA stuff is
dang it, man.
From whenever I was watching a video of somebody impersonating Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and apparently if you're watching on the app on the phone, you can't turn it into mini player if it's a kids video.
You can't.
I don't know why, but
that's actually a very strange feature
for
them to be like up their butt about.
And the issue I have is that they put that on some like music videos and like songs and shit.
Why that?
So it's I don't know. I do not know. And it's like also like there's like some videos like where they put this shit on that shouldn't be on. Like I've seen like videos from like really gory video games and it's like this is a children's video. No, it's not.
I think the problem is too is that it's user controlled, so that you still can lie. Like we haven't seen for creators who don't care. I don't think there's any really consequences for the creators who don't care, because if they get demonetized, so what? If they get taken down, so what? They'll just make a new channel. It doesn't seem like there's a real way to police it still. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's great intention. But another thing too is some videos on my YouTube channel that are that I don't want to have to age restrict.
Yeah, cooking with EP.
Or that aren't. You know what I mean? Like cooking with EP technically would not be, or the Brady Day Show would technically not be. I'd like to think that the Brady Day Show age range is like 14 up or 13 up or something. It's like, how do we adapt?
It's all about adaptation, I guess.
I feel like that's something everyone's preaching nowadays as far as YouTube goes, is to be adaptable and just be ready for what's coming.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Because for me, I've been on this platform for a really long time, and it's like once you think you understand the algorithm, it's like bull riding. Like once you think you have some trace of what's going on, you get kicked off the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's bull riding, man. It's really. Jack Knopp has a question. How big is Hannah Knopp's poop, guys?
I also love the fact that I had to okay that, so apparently YouTube censors the word poop. Because that's the second time now.
Poopy doopy. Depends. Has she had Taco Bell before or not? That's gonna change my answer.
Yeah.
She loves some Taco Baco, man. I'm leaning toward the pretty big department too, Joe.
I'm leaning more towards massive.
Maybe it's dainty though.
I've never seen her before because listen. Even the smallest of people can have the biggest of. Like this is.
I can as a small person, bro. I can totally vouch. Hannah's taller than me. She's Fish's height. Fish is like 6'2".
I'm 6 flat.
I'm 5'10". Okay, honest answer here, guys. I am 5'10", and my family. I'm not sure what it is with my family, but we had to get special toilets because our poos are so huge that they wouldn't flush in a normal toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Just you guys?
It's just us.
That's very strange. I feel like, we haven't really changed a lot of the toilets that came with this house that we bought a few years ago.
See what happens. The government regulates flushing power.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. So that we're not wasting water.
I need to waste some water because my poos are too big.
Stop! I can give it Taco Bell for Lent. Yes, she has.
Oh yes, you have.
Everyone's turning against Hannah at once.
Hey guys, leave Hannah alone. I bet she only did like one thing wrong.
Yeah.
Your delivery on that made it sound like she killed the president. She only did like one thing.
She only assassinated JFK. Come on.
JFK wasn't assassinated. She killed himself.
Okay, that's an interesting one. That's definitely an interesting theory.
You want me to tell you how it happened?
I'm 5'9". Oh yeah, then I'm taller than Hannah. That makes sense.
You want me to tell you how it happened?
How did it happen?
So, John Kennedy with his wife Jackie, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie leans over and she whispers into John's ear. She says, "Hey, when we get back to the hotel, we're gonna, whisper some things." His head, right, explodes just by itself. Okay, and then Lee Harvey Oswald has a gun, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
It's a rifle, and he's ready to blow the president's head off, and he sees the president's head exploding. So he shoots the driver, and he's about to shoot John Kennedy, and his head explodes, and he goes, "Oh, man. You guys got..." So Jackie actually blew his mind, is what she told him.
Okay, so here's my theory.
Kurt Cobain.
No. Listen to this shit, okay?
What happened?
JF actually a massive simp, okay? and the first lady was an e-girl before e-girls were a thing. and when they were in that car, she leaned over to him and she was like, "Maybe I'll actually let you see me naked tonight."
Ooh,
because think about it. He set up this he brought her to Dallas and set up this entire motorcade just for her. Like spent all this money and she's just like, "I'll let you see my nips tonight." And his head exploded. At that point, that's when his head exploded.
That still lines up with my.
True.
You just have added some great information. See, this is what's good about having a history guy here.
Yeah, she got a big butt.
Is he hitting on his sister? That's kind of not good.
Stepbrother. I saw the funniest fucking video. It was two guys. Like one of the guys was stuck in the washing machine. He was like, "Step bro, are you okay?" And like he just looks at the camera and he's like, What'd you think was gonna happen, you sick fuck?
He stared at the camera and made a big deal out of it?
Yeah, he just literally said, and he's like, he turned around, stared at the camera, and he was like, "What do you think
adore
is gonna
that.
happen, you sick fuck?"
I adore that. Because that's hilarious. Jack's thoughts are so segmented, man. He said, "How many people have been in the stream with pants on?"
I mean, I have pants on right now.
I have pants on.
Oh.
Does he want us to take the pants off?
I do have my pants on right now, so we're good.
Hey, when I was 9 years old and on streams, that's all I wanted people to do.
Bippity boppity, take your pants off.
I'd say, I get on Tobuscus live streams and I'd say, take off your pants.
And then did he put date rape drink?
No, that was Bill Cosby.
Tobuscus did it too, though. Remember?
So supposedly, the allegations have been denied, and he's back in the YouTube.
It's interesting because here's the thing: he denied the allegations, but then like a year later, he's like, "Oh, actually, she did something to me."
I thought that was weird too that he did that, because I remember, because I was a big fan of his as a kid, so I wanted to follow up on that story, and he did say something like that. He's like, "I'm a victim too because of this,"
and also
it made no sense.
It's also weird because I remember, like, I think it was like with like his mother or something. Even like his mom was like, "Yeah, he's been having like a drug problem. I know he's been like doing stuff to people," and it's like, I don't know, man.
It's hard to know who to believe with that stuff.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And I was gonna. This is probably not the lightest topic in the world, but I was gonna talk about. I've been watching. Jillian's also watching the show, BoJack Horseman. I finished BoJack.
I haven't watched that yet.
Watch it; it's amazing. And the most recent season, they got into cancel culture a little bit, and I think cancel culture is one of the greatest and worst failures at the same time.
Because Harvey Weinstein's like going to jail like for 25 years,
and he deserves more, you know. And that's a great thing. More. That's a great thing that he got reprimanded.
But like, there's some people, like, you know, like what's happening with Johnny Depp and shit.
Yeah, there's some people that, in my opinion, I think we've been a little aggressive toward. That we haven't really, you know what I mean? Like, who are we to say, you know, that this person deserves this mob justice? You know what I mean?
And there's some people who want to abuse that mob justice.
And many people do.
We have to accept that, like, as a fact that people want to abuse. Some people just want the attention of it, and they're going to abuse it, and that's an issue because it makes it harder for people who are actually having issues.
Yeah, because then they're not going to believe them because you just want attention, or this is just
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's so difficult about the entire thing.
It's frustrating for me. And you are too probably. I'm a fan of comedy, man. And this is the stuff that kills comedians' careers because they're screwed up people who make really poor decisions.
Oh yeah, but that's another thing about the whole human thing. Everyone makes
Good night,
mistakes.
Jack.
Like,
good night, Jack.
We'll miss you.
Good night.
We will miss you, Jack. Thank you for yelling.
But that's the thing. Like, everyone makes mistakes at some point.
Right.
Like, okay, there's a difference between somebody like you did one thing like 30 years ago, and then like Harvey Weinstein, like you did like with absolutely everyone.
There's also a difference between a situation where someone does one thing with consenting adults around, and yet is still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of Louis C.K. is the person I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And there are other cases too of things like that happening. And me and my roommate Ben would just stay up for hours thinking about Louis, and are just irate, just angry about this guy. It's crazy.
It's a crazy world we live in. If you get famous, and that's what bothers me. If you get popular, one person from your life who's just disgruntled, is just disgruntled with you. They could just make something up and like try to ruin your life.
It's one of my greatest fears is that something I've done, true or not true, if I become a public figure, is going to come back to bite me and either kill my career or just destroy what respect I gained in that industry.
But that's the issue I have. It's like, if this happened, like, even just, like, 5 years ago, it's like, that's such a long time.
It's complicated because it's like, with some of these cases, we don't know who's the most reliable. You know what I mean?
We really don't.
Is it the witness? Is it the accused? I don't think we should know because it's not our issue. And I hate when people's personal lives are put on for everyone to see. That's what makes me more uncomfortable about all this too. It's like, I shouldn't know that Harvey Weinstein got 23 years. I think personally, I think we should know he was jailed. We think we should know he's going to be put away from, and that he did all these bad things. But I don't think that means that we need to know who it was with and all these details, personal details, because some of these victims just wanted justice, and now the girl who was touched, or the guy who was touched by Michael Jackson,
But the thing that bothers me the most is that everyone in Hollywood knew, but didn't do anything about. But no. They didn't do anything about it until it became basically like mainstream to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Before it became trendy.
Like, even fucking Seth MacFarlane was like making jokes like in Family Guy, but back in like the early 2000s and stuff that.
He's been making jokes about very long.
I don't like Seth MacFarlane that much, but props to him for doing that, honestly.
He did it on an award show.
Oh yeah.
He's a ballsy guy. I don't care for. It doesn't mean that I don't respect the balls it took to do that.
Who's the one British comedian?
The one.
It's yeah. I know who you're talking about.
The guy
Gervais?
the Golden Globes. He did the Golden Globes.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais, one British comedian.
I can't. I just loved it so much because he literally won the Golden Globes, and he was literally just like, "Don't pat yourselves on the backs because you knew this was happening for years and you didn't do anything about it." And it was like, "Oh my god!"
I loved him because that's comedy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's made
like, and like looks so uncomfortable, and I just love that. Don't clap about this because you all knew this was happening and you did nothing about it. And it's like,
I love when comedians
God.
speak truth to people, man. It's what people deserve.
Something that bothered me was that even Tom Hanks was looking like a bit on edge there, and it was like, Tom, are you okay?
Tom Hanks has the virus.
Mm-hmm. He has the corona.
Doing just fine. Idris Elba. Today.
I know Idris too.
Idris, he's fine. He's gonna keep us updated. I follow him on Twitter. And I
don't believe anything could kill Idris Elba, so I think he'll be fine.
That man's strong. He works out like every day, man.
Idris Elba is a lot older than he looks, man.
Yeah.
You
notice
that
Chadwick Boseman's like 40.
I had no clue.
Is that crazy? Who plays Black Panther? Chadwick Boseman's a lot older than he is. Well, than he is. He is.
Wakanda forever.
It's wacky, man.
I didn't realize until recently that Norman Reedus is like mid-50s.
I didn't realize till now that Norm Macdonald is 60 years old.
Dude.
Norm Macdonald's really old. He recently did a stand-up set on coronavirus.
Oh yeah, I saw.
It wasn't Laugh Factory. I think I sent you a link.
Yeah, you did.
It's a really short set. But he's like, hey, I bet you guys came here to not hear about the coronavirus. So I'm going to tell you about my thing. And he just like keeps trying to, in his norm way of like tangentially speaking about things, trying to get it away from that. Mm-hmm. And then he goes right back to it. You think he's off of it. Like, okay, finally, we can talk about something else. And then he's like, so that virus is kind of silly, don't you think? It's like, so funny, though. I love him, man.
I had this joke, Brady.
Tell it.
And it's like, I want to make a costume where it looks like I have a bunch of like little coronaviruses on me, and I want to walk around. And I just like want to make the joke and be like, the coronavirus is just a stupid organism. So if you pretend like you have the virus, it'll just move on.
Oh, like zombie movie logic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just imagine like a bunch of like these like little fucking organisms, and they're like, he already has the disease, fellas. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one.
He's been got. We don't need him.
We don't need him. Move on.
It's goofy.
I've honestly been thinking about it. I thought it'd be like a really funny idea to just make like every episode is like just like a minute, like the 5 minutes long, and just basically do like a talk show. But like its entire theme is that it's just one guy. It's just me, like stuck inside like during the quarantine, like of this virus, and it's just me like trying to find stupid shit to talk about.
That's not a bad idea.
And stupid shit to do like while like I'm stuck inside for this virus.
See, on the show we wanted to have on the show we wanted to have the coronavirus, and the whole bit was that it's me and EP on set, like waiting for the guests, and I'm like, welcome to the studio, everybody, the coronavirus, and someone walks in with a hazmat suit and just opens up a jar. And then walks out and closes. And then I just started asking him questions.
Have you seen 1 Minute Talk Show?
I think I have.
Like,
it's pretty cool.
I think some of like their bits are so, and like the fact that they do like in just in a minute is so good.
I feel like talk shows in general are a genre that's dying. Like but they're adapting.
I just love overly sarcastic comedy so much.
Like, I'm at the point now, Hosh, where I feel like that kind of genre, is like with dinosaurs are going to die out, but there's like a ton of different ones.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we are. Like, it's a dying thing, but it just keeps diversifying and diversifying.
Something that I found
refusing to go down.
Something that I found that I just love so much is like these like YouTube channels and stuff like where it's the most sarcastic humor, but they just like edit like the hell out of it. Like, they just like put like text like on the screen for like no reason, just like over explaining situations. I just find that so pointlessly hilarious, and I just love it so much.
I found a channel I think you guys would like. It's called All Gas No Brakes. You heard of it?
I have not actually.
The whole premise is this guy goes to conventions and live events and just what the hell is going on. And it's basically man on the street thing, and he's just really funny. I watched him go to the adult video convention. I watched him go to the furry stuff. I watched him. I don't know, man. It's just so satisfying to watch this guy like talk to crazies, and occasionally like really humanize them. Kind of in a Nathan for you type way that like, it's flat earthers. They're all wackos. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that I think a lot of people forget is that sure, like these people believe crazy things, but at the core of it, like people.
That's what Joe Rogan has taught me, man. He has so many friends that like believe different things, like crazy things.
Like, it's so crazy to me because he's had like Alex Jones and then like Bernie Sanders like on his podcast. And I think that's just so funny. He's
the most libertarian man who's ever lived.
I haven't watched him, but like I get like a general idea of who he is, and I see people on like the internet trying to say he's like a Nazi and stuff like that, and it's like,
no, he's not.
Guys. Like, come on, guys, are we serious? Being a history major, that makes me mad. Like when like people like compare, I find that comparing people to Nazis just kind of like when you start like using that word a lot and like throwing it around for people, it diminishes the meaning of it. So it doesn't.
I just don't think it's an insult that we should be using.
Exactly, and it diminishes the meaning, and I think it diminishes like what they actually did.
Dude, these guys are monsters, man.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that just saying that and calling like just because someone's conservative like doesn't make them a Nazi. Like that's not like. And I think you're just diminishing like what actually happened, like to the point, like where it's eventually just going to be like, oh, well, that event doesn't matter because these guys are Nazis, and it's like, no, please don't do that.
Oh my God! So I found Joe Exotic.
You found him?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can send this link to myself. Maybe we should have Joe Exotic on this show.
Well, he's serving time right now, so I don't think so. Mr. Exotic, are you? He's like the vermin supreme, you know.
He is, man. I think he's made it further though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like vermin supreme is more mainstream, but like Joe
I love him.
Exotic actually had the money to back himself up. You know.
I mean, how did he get it is a better question.
He owns a private zoo.
Oh my gosh. That's very safe and smart.
Mm-hmm. The largest
God,
private zoo in the world.
I hate staying up this late because then I get hungry again.
Oh, me too.
And
I'm
then
like
I want to
hungry
eat,
right
and
now.
then I want to eat everything. I don't know. How do you guys? Because Fish, I know you're a really laid back guy, and Hush, you can be laid back sometimes too. I'm just curious because I got really down today, man. Because I came to the realization it's like I'm gonna be spending so much time in my house or going out very sparsely. How do you look at the bright side of that? Like and I can be as happy as I want between these walls. At the end of the day, I'm still in these walls, you know.
The way I see it is that you should spend this time, the time that you have here, because if you're going to be, listen, it depends on the class, but for most classes, you're not going to have as much coursework when it's online. You're going on. Use the extra time for your projects and things that make you happy and things that make you more successful down the line. So then you can use this like as a break, basically. Sure, you have some schoolwork, but really this is a break for you to be able to grow yourself and grow the things around you. So by the end of it, sure, there was this vibe that was bad for a little while, but you can be at a higher point than you were before.
I guess you're right. Okay. It's funny because I know a lot of people who either think that depending on how their brains work, I'm either the most cynical human being they've ever met, or the most positive.
Yeah.
It's just funny, dude. Some people, they're like, "Why do you always try to be good in this?" Or they go, "What is your deal? Why are you always trying to poop on this?" It's just funny to me.
Sometimes, because sometimes I'm honestly just like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with this shit, and it's like everything's just. Sometimes you do get down. I mean, the world isn't a perfect place. I mean, there's so much shit going on every day. You do get down sometimes. I mean, sometimes some events in life they just kick you right in the balls. It hurts. It hurts getting kicked in the balls, but you get better after a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I kind of was feeling this same thing, or like earlier today, where it's just like I'm already getting so bored and want to see other people, and it's only literally like just past the weekend. And so like one thing is realizing that like while I may want to see other people and that kind of stuff, it's not that there isn't a good reason for this, which helps a lot. Thinking like there's a good reason I'm not going out and hanging out in public and that kind of stuff, that I'm being held up. You know?
I mean, it's for the best.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that the weather sucks too. Because like I would just like hang out outside.
Oh, last week was so nice. It was so nice last week.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, it was like 60 degrees, and it was like, oh, this is nice. I'm really enjoying this.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the internet, I don't know what I would do.
I'd be reading. I know that. I'd be reading and drawing and writing music. That's what I would be doing with my time. I'd be doodling. I don't like to draw, but I would just start doing it because there's nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would we do back in like 2007 as a kid? Like, would you just play with toys? Because I feel like that's all I would do is I just play, watch a movie.
The thing is, as a kid, I had the same problems where it's like I always wanted to do something else than what I had to do, you know? Like,
I feel like that's human nature, though, Fish.
Yeah. So it's just like I was always so bored. And that I would always be like, okay, I want to have something to do. You know?
Yeah, I came up with I'm gonna grow out my facial hair while I'm in
Because you have no reason to trim it or anything.
I mean, I kind of do, but I don't really care.
Well, I mean, like, and really, other than South Pacific, what would you need to do it for?
My girlfriend, she doesn't. My stubble breaks, makes her face break out.
Well, tell her to suck it up. Because
I mean, I
love it.
had stubble last time I was with her yesterday, and she was kind of good with it because it's not very thick right now.
Yeah.
His hair. So I'm biding my time, man. I don't know if I want to do gross beard because it doesn't connect at all, or just do my Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I'll probably just do my Pirates of the Caribbean.
I like your Pirates of the Caribbean style. I would.
And I'll have glasses. I'll have glasses too. I'm gonna order glasses. It's fine.
You look like such a hipster, man.
I just come back looking completely different if I come back, or just I don't know, man. I want to lean into the weird that's going on, because it's weird. The times they are changing, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like after this whole virus thing happens, we're really gonna look at how we handle 6 seasons completely different. Like, it's crazy.
The thing is, I feel like it will blow over and, like, it will be something that, like, it will be... Remember when that happened? And so
what happened?
The
coronavirus. Just the virus?
Yeah, so it was like, I was talking to my mom, it's like, after this, we have to get t-shirts where it's just like, I survived the
coronavirus.
I survived the coronavirus, and all I got was this lousy shirt.
That's the most fish thing I've ever heard of.
I would love it. I would wear that every day.
I know you would.
But really, like, I feel like it will be shorter than we actually think it will be.
See, I'm not as much of an optimist as you are.
I know you're not.
I think that that when the warm weather hits, it's going to be easier, but I don't think it's going to. That's big.
See, I'm just going to be like, I don't even care too much anymore. You know?
I've personally felt I feel a lot more older and mature with my beard.
Yeah. For mine it fills out my face. You know?
Yeah, Aaron has a hush. It's pretty nice.
Ooh,
yeah.
He's
basically always had a beard as long as I've known him.
As long as Brady's known me. And the thing is, ooh, emeralds. But the thing is, like, my mom hates that I have a beard. And so she would, where I lived in the house in high school, she would constantly make me shave it. And so once I got to college, I was like, I'm just not going to shave it. And so, like, I realized that, like, while at first it grew in really kind of weird, I figured out, like, how to do it correctly and that kind of stuff, and keep it like consistent to where like even if it's not the greatest beard, it defines like my look at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just like a part of you. That's what I'm afraid is gonna happen when I start wearing glasses again, because I wore glasses when I was a really young kid, and like having glasses back, I'm like, oh no, like I don't want to be the glasses guy again.
The thing is, glasses. Everybody's always so scared about glasses and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like my glasses, like, they're an accessory that you have the opportunity to use. It's instead of looking at it as
it's a choice for me.
Instead of looking at it as, oh, I have to wear glasses now, it's, ooh, I get to wear glasses now. You know?
Yeah.
So, like,
I kind of see it as that. Yeah, I get the opportunity to wear glasses now.
what do I look like without a beard, Julian asks? It's weird
like,
time.
It's not that weird. I don't think you look that strange. You look different.
There's some pictures of me without a beard on Facebook if you go there.
Don't go too far though.
Yeah, don't go too far because you get some weird stuff as well.
You get young fish and all the stuff that happened to.
I mean, it's not like there's many photos of me that is not young fish.
It's really funny, man.
I'm not a photo person, so it's just like.
It's funny, man, to meet people who are kind of like you. I think you're naturally photogenic. You just don't like being in pictures.
Yeah. It's not that
funny.
I feel like I look bad in photos. I just don't like taking photos.
It's funny. I'm in the thing of I like being in pictures taking.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like candids.
Yeah.
I like candids a lot. Just take them. I'll just exist. Just take them.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like theater so much, because when people take pictures of shows, they're always all candids.
Mm-hmm.
And
And like,
do my thing.
I'm not upset if somebody takes a picture of me. I just wouldn't take pictures myself, you know?
Right.
And so like I'll never prompt a picture. I won't take pictures of other people. It's just like, yeah, like it's just, you know.
My mother loves having pictures taken. She's like I think all Midwestern moms do that. The whole if there wasn't a picture of it never.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it were up to her, every time I go out to dinner with my friends, like out, I'd have to photo. It never occurred.
Oh yeah, my mom's
like,
kind of like that.
I love the idea that we can record media like that, but like I'd rather like that's my life. I don't have to. There was a tweet or a quote I created when I was younger that was beyond how old I was when I wrote it, but I really think it still rings true. I wish people would start living in the I wish that people would stop trying to capture each moment and start living in it.
Yes.
Wow, that's a good quote.
I think that's what I said. I was like 17, 18 when I wrote that. And I think it still rings true. It's because I see all these people on Instagram who are trying to impress each other with look how cool my life is.
I'm 14,
and, it's like,
and that's deep.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a good.
Because people are like, look how cool my life is, and it's like, right, but that's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
That you've lived this life, and all you have to show for it are pictures.
Yes.
You don't have stories. You don't have anything.
That's a big reason I don't want to have a bunch of just pictures of me, because it's just like, if my life can be summed up in those pictures, then I feel like my
life, man.
Yeah, but if it's like people get to know me and they're like, I had no clue any of this stuff about you, it's like, yeah, because like only certain people get to know what happens in my life. You know, I'm not gonna tell you about everything that happens. In fact, most things I'll tell you about are not the big things that happen in my life. It's just like general like conversation starter stuff. You know,
I'm very intentional about what I put on social media.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I'm very intentional.
I don't post on Instagram. I don't post on that very much at all.
Yeah. I don't like posting on Instagram.
Literally the only post I've had in over 2 years is just a picture of me and my friend sitting at the pool, shirtless, with our faces covered, and the caption says "Wake up," because like, I don't know. I was just like, I haven't posted it in Facebook, posted it Instagram in 2 years. I feel like maybe I should post a picture, and so I was just like, this is the only picture I have of recent. So,
see, what it is for me is that Instagram is for like cool things that happen to me or cool events that I go through that people I know, general like friends or acquaintances should know about. Facebook is like for major life events like that I want like everyone to know about, because on Facebook I have like my old teachers and stuff like that from high school, and I have like a bunch of like older people on there generally. So that's like how I usually. My Twitter is just a shit post place.
I like. See, for me, I just don't post anywhere. Like Facebook, I haven't posted in like 6 years, and so like it's only so I can keep up with the old people. So, and then for Twitter, literally, I'd never use Twitter. I just look at it occasionally. The only like somewhat social media that I am actively on is Reddit, and that's just for memes.
Austin's
did
a
you
Reddit
know
user.
I have a post on prequel memes that got 58,000 upvotes.
Wow, I like it.
I know. Prequel memes is my favorite subreddit. I love the prequels, and I love all the memes for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know my favorite thing about that was, Haj? I uploaded it back to find it.
Oh.
That's how legendary it was. I didn't even notice who the user was.
It was like number 7, like on the front page or something.
Yeah, it was. Because that's, I think, how I found it initially, was looking at popular.
That was crazy. Like it was like a dumb meme. It was like a dad joke meme, like just with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like it like fucking blew up.
It was really cool. I fangirl knowing it was you. I was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, but I'd say life goals. I just started thinking about life goals for some reason. I want to get
have kids.
Well, I'm talking about like goals like for like the end of the year, really.
Kids.
Okay, I mean if you want, yeah, go right ahead, man.
No, I don't want kids. That's in. I want them by the end of next year.
Okay. In months to get them prepared. You may want to go ahead and start up on that.
Yeah,
that's true, man.
But
the whole kid thing.
Basically, I would really like to get I want to start producing content for at least my social medias, like for my game stuff, because by the end of the year I would like to have at least 100 followers. And like I don't want like people I know. I don't want like pity followers basically. Like I want like actual fans who like support my content basically.
I feel like that is a good goal. That's something as a like internet person myself, like I kind of want as well, where it's just like, because as of right now, really the people who follow me are people I know from school. So
exactly, and like I want to move past that. I want to have like actual fans, like who think like I'm genuinely like an interesting person, like or want like to genuinely like support my content.
Yeah,
it was funny because my channel, when I upload things, it's hard to get it to reach those people who subscribed for me initially because of the fan element of it. I have a lot of subscribers from an era in 2017 where I was streaming nonstop to see if I could get enough watch hours.
I remember that. Those were the good old days.
To get enough watch hours that I could monetize. And I used to do sub for sub stuff, and I remember how cool people were on the platform, man. Like I'd meet these people and they'd say, I love just your personality. I love listening to your conversations with people. What can I do to help you? I can make a banner for you. Like I had someone make a banner for me.
Hey, my brother started like streaming on Twitch for a bit before he got so busy with school, because he's like he actually works like for the graduate school at Miami, so he gets like paid, like they pay off all his tuition. He gets paid like $1,200 a month or something for it's crazy. But like
I need to get into that.
And like he used to stream on Twitch, and like he only streamed for like 3 months, and like he already had like 10 subs, and he was like making like $50 a month from it, and he had like at least like 30 viewers like on each stream and stuff like that.
That community is much more responsive, man. They're crazy good.
I think honestly a better community than YouTube by far, if you ask me.
I think it does. YouTube to me is, I don't know, it just makes more sense to me as a platform.
I have more of a heart for YouTube.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
A part of me, like, it feels so weird being on YouTube now, because it's like your movie got like 1 million subscribers, and it's just like I subscribed to him when he had like 10,000 or something.
I subscribed to him when he had like half.
Who?
Not over 10,000. I'm saying half of 1 million.
Yeah, and
Or
it's
low
like
less.
I remember, and Ralph the Movie Maker has like 2 million. I remember like subscribing to him when he only had like 1,000 or something, and it's like
is up there too, man. The whole Sardonicast guys are like they're
yeah.
making bank when they put stuff out.
I remember like when IHE, like when I first found it, and he had like 500 subs, and I was like, oh, this is funny content, and now he's like, God, like.
I think it's funny
crazy.
that they've all united because I kind of found.
And the funniest part is that it was the fucking Cool Cat. It was the Cool Cat stuff that united them
Cool
all.
Cat is actually what brought at least and
your movie and Adam,
together.
Alex and Adam.
Because of the Daddy Derek
Ralph
stuff.
Ralph came like a bit later, like after them. But like his content's so good because like Ralph basically makes like all his reviews like a movie, like a mini movie basically, and it's so interesting.
He's a very cool.
And his style, I just love his style of comedy because it's like so dry.
It's very surreal too.
Oh yeah. I started watching some clips from the Eric Andre show.
Have you not watched it?
I have not, but some of those clips, they're so odd, but they're so funny.
I have 2 favorite comedy shows that I've ever watched.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan For You, which is probably way more up your alley, and the Eric Andre show are like the 2 pillars of Brady Day comedy that have influenced me in the last like 2 years.
I really love those clips, like from the Eric. Those were so funny.
The Eric Andre show is one of the most surreal pieces of media that ever existed, and Nathan For You, I'd also argue, and the Tim and Eric show. I've watched some Tim and Eric show too. If you have Hulu, they're both on Hulu. You binge either of them.
How do you feel about the Eric Andre show getting another season?
About time. I was hearing season 5 rumors for a very long time.
Because I know, like with some shows, like when they bring them back, like they're not as good as they were before.
Supposedly, they never stopped working on it. It's just been like breaks and unbreaks because he just wanted this last one to be really good. Because season 4 came out in like 2017 or something like that. 16, and thought maybe everyone involved with the project kept saying, "Oh, it's not done. No, it's not done. No, it's not done." And then finally, there was a clip where they showed it was a short. There was the Paris Andre show in early 2018, around the same time as last year, and then there was a special they made up, a Kraft Punk special. That was official Eric Andre show stuff. So they're trying to keep fans, you know. And I read somewhere on Twitter that it's happening in 2020. It's happening. It'll be, I think, summer this year. It's a thing. So.
I'm thinking about getting a Hulu. I'm not sure though, because I have a Disney Plus and I have Netflix, but I'm not.
Get a Hulu, man. It's got some cool stuff. Almost all the Adult Swim pieces of media are on there. It's good for that, man.
What's another thing? What's another thing on Adult Swim I've been hearing a lot about?
Rick and Morty, the funny pickle man.
No. Samurai Jack. That was like what the last season was on.
Jack's back. One of the best. Yeah.
I miss all those old Cartoon Network shows.
The cartoons?
Yeah, I miss them all so much.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Guys. Was your watch later tabs like become like giant now?
Yeah.
Like, that's my watch later.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, watch later for me is stuff I want to pay a lot of attention to. So it's
I have 412.
I occasionally will go through it and clear out ones I've already watched.
How do you get it to know that when you watch it, it should just go away? Why isn't that a feature?
I don't know why that isn't a feature.
It's really because that's how I assumed it worked, like a to-do list.
No. It's like
really funny.
After you watch it, it just stays, and it's just like I don't want to.
Stuff from like years ago in here, man.
Mm-hmm. It's stuff where like back whenever I was like first watching like some of those like big gaming YouTubers, that kind of stuff. Watch Markiplier, especially like early days of GT Live or something like that, where it's like
there's stuff on here from when I went on a binge of like free YouTube movies and just was like, I need to watch that. It's free with ads. I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched Saber Spark before?
I love Saber Spark.
I found a link to the full version of the Joshua and Promised Land movie.
No!
I want to watch it.
See, I also like Saber Spark's comedy too. Like, I like his editing.
I just like him. I think he's really cool. Steven's just a nice man.
Have you ever watched this trying to watch? Like, his voice sounds like a lot different in person than what it does on his YouTube channel.
It does. He's really funny.
I'm not sure if it's just like the editing or something that makes his voice sound different, or like if he like purposely makes it different.
I think it's the character he does when he's like for example, I explained to Fish, it's a slight difference, but when I'm speaking to you right now versus when I'm playing the Brady Day show like character, they sound different. There's a speech pattern difference, and it's an inflection and pitch. It's so subtle. But I explained it to Jillian, and she was like, "Yeah, I can't unhear it now." Have you ever had that like pointed out to you before, like when a like person's in character and you can't like unhear it? Yeah. I'll have to. I would explain it, but it's too stupid to explain. So
you're back home, right, Brady?
I am, man. I'm in the studio. I'm in BDS Studios right now.
I need to meet up with you and the others because like I haven't seen the Richmond people since before like Christmas and stuff.
I saw everybody at Christmas. Actually, I was lucky enough to see them. I went to get together at Molly Mendenhall's place.
Yeah.
It was, I think, the last thing I really did. And it's weird too because some people from like that group have kind of grown apart. Some haven't. So like the whole Christmas thing was like almost like a family reunion. Like some people hadn't seen each other. Like me and Brennan hadn't seen each other for a really long time, and felt kind of disconnected. And there were like some of us who had seen each other slightly more recently felt more connected, like me and Joseph and Mallory. So
because Joseph never changes, man. Like in a good way. He's always the same old Joe,
it's
I
weird,
love that.
Man. Because me and Joe and Mal double date, an impromptu double date.
Like Mal and Joe, like they never change, and I like that.
I think Mal changes. I don't think Joe changes ever.
But like she changes, like she like grows as a like her nice personality stays the same.
I would agree with you that her personality doesn't change much. But me and Emma went on a double date with them, an impromptu one, after seeing A Christmas Carol, and it was some of the most fun I've ever. Because
I wanted to go see that, but I didn't have the time to.
It was pretty good, actually. I really enjoyed it.
Lily was in it, and she told me it was bad, so that's like another reason why I didn't come.
No, but I still enjoyed it. I mean, my dad played the Ghost of Christmas Present, which is the most typecast thing on the planet.
After the pictures of the show were released, I saw that, and I was like, man, I really wish I would have gone and seen that.
He was really fun. Lily was the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
She only got to sing once, and the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come doesn't speak.
Don't you mean the future? The Ghost of Christmas Future?
In the book, that's how it's written. It's the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. Ghost of Christmas Future is just easier to say, but I like how ominous Ghost of Christmas is Yet to Come is.
That is really ominous. I kind of like that. Listen, the Muppet Christmas Carol is the best one.
I haven't seen it actually all the way through.
I'm gonna be honest. The best part about Disney Plus is I've been finally able to watch like the majority of the Muppet films, and I've really enjoyed it.
I love the original Muppet movie, and the reboot 2011 is great. And I finally watched the sequel of it too.
The issue I have is that something that confuses me is that they don't have like the original show on Disney Plus or anything.
Yeah, they don't have the Muppet Show. They don't have Muppets Tonight, which is the reboot. There was a Muppet Show reboot in '96 that ran for a few years on Disney Channel, and it was pretty popular. And it's not there.
There's a new Muppet show going to be released on Disney Plus too. It's called like Muppets Now or something.
Supposedly, I'm skeptical because like I'm really defensive of the Muppet brand.
They changed the Kermit voice actor.
I know.
You didn't know.
I was one of the look, man.
I don't like the new voice. It doesn't sound anything like the original.
I don't know.
anymore.
I don't know anything about that, but I'll tell you this much: I'm obsessed with the Muppets. So I knew the day I found out about Steve Whitmire being fired, I was so angry. I loved Steve Whitmire.
Do you know why he was?
For speaking out against Disney, supposedly.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not excited for the upcoming stuff, because he spoke out because he thought the characters were being mistreated, and I don't know if I like the idea of that.
It was mostly about the ABC project, the Muppets.
I watched that. It was okay. It was
fine. The Office meets the Muppets. I mean,
there were some funny parts in it, but I didn't get like the same vibe from it as.
I thought Kermit's characterization.
I was kind of disappointed though, because I was expecting there to be like another season. I thought like it would like really pick up like after like a second season or something.
It needed a season to establish what the universe was, and then it would have probably been okay after that, in my imagination. I mean,
but yeah, I'm not excited, because if literally the voice of Kermit is fired because he doesn't agree with the differences you're making, that's not a very good picture for what you're trying to do.
And then the new guy they've hired, his name is Matt Vogel, and he's been doing Big for a little while. And Carol Spinney passed away, so I guess he's the main Big Bird guy. And Andrew Triana did some work in the Muppet Workshop at one point, like puppeteering stuff.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, hey, did you hear about Kermit being replaced? And he goes, who's doing it? I said, Matt Vogel. And he goes, Matt Vogel? That guy's an asshole. I said, what?
Oh, God.
He goes, I know him. He goes, I know Matt Vogel. He goes, I worked with him in the Muppet Workshop. When I was learning how to puppeteer, because he did workshops.
Yeah.
To like teach people. He said, yeah, he's from the Sesame Street Muppet like workshop deal. He's a jerk. I hate that guy. He goes, he's really talented.
Dang.
He goes, he's super talented. Because I think he'd been doing Ernie when they couldn't get Whitmire in to do Ernie. Also.
Yeah.
Which he sounds more like Ernie to me.
I'm not sure. They actually have like a YouTube channel, like they upload clips sometimes, and like I've heard it, and it does not sound good at all. Like it does not sound.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say he doesn't sound awful.
But like it just sounds off. It just sounds really off, and it like bothers me like when I hear it. Like
I agree with you
wrong.
on that, but I think it sounded off when Whitmire started the Christmas Carol.
That is true.
You got to find your footing, man. When he left. When Steve Whitmire left, he sounded almost indistinguishable to me. He had a higher voice, but he was almost indistinguishable.
I guess it's such an odd change to happen, especially like it's not even like he like was just like, oh, I'm gonna retire. It's like he was literally he still wanted to do it, and he was just fired. Like that just bothers me.
I mean, the guy was forced, man. Basically.
Like, and he was best friends. He was like, what would you?
He wasn't besties with Jim, but it was a really unique situation because not long before Jim had passed away, he said, hey, I can't do the Kermit character. And Steve, I think your voice would be the best for he goes, same range you do, because he played a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know, Jim. It's all you, man. You are Kermit. That character is you. I want you to give it a try. And then they talked about it a couple more times, and he couldn't get him to do it. And then he died. And it was kind of assumed throughout the whole Muppet gang that he was going to be the one. So he said that he locked himself in a room in the Muppet, and actually in Jim's office, with a bunch of tapes, unedited stuff of Jim playing the character with his body too. And he just watched and watched and watched and mimicked and watched. And did it for such a long amount. It's like so much dedication and love and admiration for this guy. And eventually he felt comfortable enough to say that he could play the character. And then around that time that happened, they did the tribute special. And the Muppet producers of the Henson Company didn't feel that Whitmire was ready enough, so they got him to do it, but they pitch corrected his voice.
Yeah.
So he's really special for like 5 seconds, but he sounds like an alien. Because they pitch correct it. We don't even get to really hear what he would have sounded.
A part of me, this is gonna sound terrible, but I think it's better that Jim's resting in peace, because who knows how he would have felt seeing all this happening, like now. Like
Jim wouldn't have let it happen personally.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Disney owns it now, so they probably could just like would have kicked him off.
Jim really wanted to give the brand to Disney, on his terms because he knew that it would never die.
Oh, how could it die? It's like so original and so perfectly done. Like,
But
like
you see my point though. He just knew that like it won't be a fad if I give it to them. They're gonna make that a forever.
Even then, I feel like because like all the older people I talk about, they remember like so fondly. I think like even like if he didn't give it to Disney, it would still be remembered very well.
I would agree with you. I just don't think it would be as prolific now.
It's also an interesting thing because Disney owns the Muppets, but they don't actually own Henson Company itself. So
They
like
don't. It's complicated.
odd things like the Dark Crystal is on like Netflix now and stuff like that. It's owned by Netflix, so it's like an odd in between that we're at the moment.
And they, oh, that's all. That's all the children. That's all.
Yeah, and I think actually HBO now owns Sesame Street.
They don't own them, but they're streaming.
I think they have like the rights to. They have like the rights to it.
They have the streaming rights to it right now.
Cartoon Network actually partnered with HBO.
I heard about that. And there's going to be an Adventure Time miniseries, a Ben 10 miniseries. There's all this stuff coming there. It's crazy.
I just like to imagine sometimes because actually saw we missed it, but
what was it?
we were just moving ahead. Is that in the chat was one of the biggest inspirations to you? And I have to say, I have to say, it's just Jim Henson just never. He just kept doing what he was doing, and he never gave up at all.
I agree. He wasn't one of my inspirations until I was older. I went on a gym kick this last summer, and I just wanted to know everything about him.
I mean, like
he fascinated me.
He started doing like the puppeteering in like the 50s and stuff like that, and it's like, oh my gosh, like he never gave up on it.
The guy just got better at everything he did, and just moved to the next level. I mean, I feel like there's always more we can learn from Jim, and from the people who he impacted, and the art he created. It's infinite. It's deep as it is wide.
In my honest opinion, I honestly believe that if he hadn't passed away at this point, if he were still alive making stuff and like making these ideas like realities, I honestly think he would be just as big as Walt Disney.
I think he would too. I think he also would have given up Muppet IP as his baby and given it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of the reason he would sell it. He said, "I love the Muppets, all the work I've done with them."
And think about it at the time.
At that point, he'd become more of a business.
But think about it, at the time that was before like Disney was buying up everything, and it seemed like a bright, sunny thing, like because like they were really big on like the whole like family friendly thing back then, and like the whole like.
Okay. I got a call from Hannah Knopp. I'm scared, man.
What's in the chat?
She told me to look at the chat. I'm really scared.
Yeah, you should definitely look at the chat, Brady. There's definitely nothing that has been going on for the past, 20 minutes. Actually, how long has it been? I have no clue.
Why are you guys saying these things?
What's being said in the chat?
They called me. They bullying me, Hosh. They said Brady is not funny. Can I believe I just said that?
Oh, you should scroll up even further. We had a full-on conversation about how you weren't reading the chat at all, and so it's like because you can't read because you're dumb.
Oh my god, you guys! I hate you all. Brady is so dumb. He can't read. I should have kept it up. Man. I'm a card.
I did a couple of things to test to see if you were actually reading the chat, and you clearly weren't. So I was like,
I'm reporting you. I'm reporting you for child abuse.
No.
Just for because I'm a child of God. That's right, Han. Jack was in the chat.
Yeah. Might
God,
I
that's so
say?
tight. We
F
should
in the
wrap
chat.
soon.
Yes, F in the chat. Let's just get some Fs in the chat.
Hold on, I need to pull up the chat, which I didn't have.
What other people inspire you, Brady?
But other people inspire me. This is a given. Robin Williams heavily inspires me.
Robin Williams. I mean,
He's one of my biggest, man. He's my number one as far as like comedians I want to emulate, man. He
one of my inspirations and people I respect so much. I've respected them since they were a kid. You probably won't hear many people say this, but
Dave Pilkey.
he is the guy who wrote Captain Underpants.
Huh.
And I have lots of respect for him because if you listen to his life story, it's so interesting because he grew up like with ADD and like basically the school system he went through, everyone basically told him that he was going to be a failure throughout his entire life and that he wasn't going to amount to anything. But he succeeded and he spent his entire life writing these books for kids that he knew kids would enjoy reading because he's like, when I was a kid, there was nothing that I enjoyed to read, and there was nothing that I found funny. So he spent his entire life just writing books that he knew kids would enjoy.
That's a ballsy thing, man. He's a tough
I know,
guy.
and I have a lot of respect for that.
I'm trying to think of another inspiration.
Well, I have two big inspirations. I can go ahead and
Billy
pull up
Graham.
a couple of those.
Yeah. Billy Graham and Billy Graham.
Billy Graham. Yeah. He's a nice guy. I don't think he would be I would say an inspiration, but I like him.
He's an inspiration to me.
He's not quite to the level of like Bob Ross or Fred Rogers for me. Those are my two big inspirations right there. Everything I do almost everything I do has something to do with them or Stanley.
Kincaid?
Yeah, Stanley Kincaid, obviously. Why would I talk about any other Stanley?
Stanley? Are you trying to say Stanley? Because I heard Stanley.
Yeah. Well, you know Stan Lee's actual name was Stanley.
Yeah, I know.
But no,
I changed it because it was cool.
Yeah. No, Stanley is probably mostly comic books is what I would be referring to, but I like Stanley a lot as a person, so.
Do you think anybody's ever been like Mark Zuckerberg's inspiration?
I'm sure there's some people who have thought that, you know?
I don't. I think Zuck is terrifying.
Well, I think he's terrifying too, but I think there's somebody out there that was like, he's an inspiration. You know? But, you know, I'll go ahead and say it. The Zuck is my inspiration. Just all the creepy stuff he does is just like, dude, I love him.
So nice. I'm trying to think what some of my other inspirations would be. I'm really blanking right now.
Really,
who have I talked about?
Honestly, I have a very strict, like, criteria for people to come into my inspiration list, you know? Like, there's lots of people I admire, but inspiration, they have to be somebody who I want to mold my everyday life after.
Emulate them in some way.
Yeah.
Chris Chan, yeah. Chris Chan's an inspiration.
Chris Chan is
Beetlejuice.
my whole... Chris Farley is...
Farley is up there, actually. I don't want to emulate him.
Yeah.
He inspires me to be a better performer.
But no, so... Chris Chan, dude.
McDonald, Danny DeVito.
Jake Paul.
I want to be Jake Paul. You know?
It's every day, bro!
Zach Hadel, actually. Psychic Pebbles is it? I guess I'm just doing influence. I'm not really naming inspiration. I'm just doing influence.
Yeah.
Eric Andre.
I love it.
Yeah, if we're going into influences, I have quite a few.
Do you guys have people who aren't famous that are role models for you asking for a friend? Julian's asking if there's people in our lives. Of course there are people in our lives. We just are scared.
You know what? Wait.
Yeah.
So you said like they're like a celebrity? Like they're not a celebrity?
Yeah, there's people you know.
Yeah.
People I know, because okay, I was about to say FDR because that dude had polio and he was like president like for 4 times in a war, like got us through World War II. Like that guy was a trooper, man.
Yeah,
He was a tough guy.
I admire what FDR did. I don't, but I also have my own personal gripes with FDR. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, I do, but like,
yeah.
What blows my mind is that no one knew he was crippled. Like that blows my mind so much. Like just think, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, FDR. I don't agree with everything you did, but thank you, FDR.
I agree with both of you. Not agreeing with that disgusting cripple, but I think he did a lot of. I thought one stride of his was personalized, trying to make America seem like the president was more reachable.
Yeah.
Like the whole fireside chat thing was a really cool idea.
I'm
like if Trump had a podcast, dude, I'd
listen to that
Joe
every
Rogan's
day.
gonna become president because of his podcast.
Anyway.
Yeah. No. So, my friend played a birthday joke on me today and put a rag in my exhaust. Oof. That is big oof. That's
an F. Julian asked if there are any non-famous people who are role models. Can we weigh in on that? I would say Fish. I'd say Tosh.
You'd say me?
Yeah, you say me?
Nah, I'm playing. I want you to hear your guys' first.
Good, because I was going to say, I shouldn't be anybody's role model. I haven't done shit yet. I just made a social media for shit I want to do.
Yeah. For me, probably, the biggest one would probably be the guy I work for out at camp.
Okay.
Where it's just like, because we talked about before where I didn't have a lot of male role models growing up, so I definitely, like, once I started spending a lot of time out at camp, it was like, he became like a surrogate father for me type thing. And so, a lot of respect goes to him.
I'm trying to think of some role models. My dad, cop out. I mean, yeah. I mean, my dad is. He floors me constantly, man. He's one of those people who you think that adults are like stale or you know how like we kind of forget that our parents are aging too and are ever changing. He's the personification of that striving to always get better. Like he's never completely satisfied with anything. But he's never never discontented or angry about that.
Yeah.
And he's, I don't know, there's this methodical intentionality about things, but he doesn't get it all right either. And it's really great that he doesn't get it all right and goes, oh, I screwed up. Oh, well, you know, I'm not infallible. Because it makes me see a lot more of myself in that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like with a lot of role models, especially like when you're older or you put them on a pedestal or something when you're a kid, you assume that they don't screw up, or if they do, they would never let you know that happened. And to have someone who like wears the faults and successes on their sleeves and almost weighs them as equal in importance is really cool. And I mean my grandpa who passed away in 2012 is also one of those people. But I mean, it's hard for me. It's hard for someone to be a role model if they're with us anymore. It doesn't mean I can't carry some of those ideals and some of those traits. I mean, you look like the guy and act like the guy, but he lived for and put his time into it. I still can't. You know, do the same with. So, and there are probably other people I'm leaving out too. So.
That's actually a regret of mine. Is that my great grandfather? I was only about like 9 years old when he passed away or something. But I wasn't old enough. I wasn't old enough really to understand or to care. But like he had served in the army in like the Korean War and stuff like that. And I don't think he like really ever talked about it with anyone, or like really like even discussed it. And I think it didn't affect him that much, but I still think he saw some stuff, and it's just like I wish he was still alive today so I could like ask him about that and see like what happened and like what that was all like.
Yeah. It's crazy. I have some relatives who went through similar things that I never met. That I wonder, like, oh man, I wish my great grandpa on my mom's side was like that. I'm pretty sure. And on well, I guess I'm fought in the Korean War, and I wanted to know what that was like. Not the killing people part, but the like family and just like roll with it. It's scary stuff.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like there's quite a few older family members that it's just like the stories really shape who I am.
Yeah.
And
sometimes humans are storytellers, man.
Sometimes I would argue that is even more impactful than like sometimes when they're actually there. Kind of.
I think that can happen. Yeah.
Because like I think back to my grandpa, where it's like I get told so much about how I remind people of him. And while I didn't know him a lot growing up, like I knew him, but like he died whenever I was like 9, and so like I didn't really get to know him a lot growing up, and so it was like hearing stories of what like how I remind people of him and that kind of stuff, and why I remind people of him, most importantly, is like more impactful than like growing up with him. Even though I would much prefer to grow up with him, it's like, but now it's like I have what to look up to,
Yeah, it's provided another outlet to connect with other people. How I feel about my grandpa's passing is just there are these people who, yeah, it's like how it's created plays a connection for me and my grandmother too, because it's like,
yeah,
you're in being similar to that person, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I really remind her of him in a lot of ways, so it's like the closest thing. And that's kind of sad because it's hard to be. That was what was hard about growing up, is he's 1,000 times that you are supposed to be like someone else. It's really hard. And when I grew up, it's like I don't have to be that person. I don't have to be the sequel to that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every good movie has a sequel.
I'm my own being.
Exactly.
And I don't need to pretend to be someone else.
Man, sometimes you just gotta think about it. Isn't like the idea of death just so odd? Like you just like stop existing. Like that's so odd. That's the thing.
I know.
It doesn't matter how smart we get or how much technology we have. We'll never understand that, like at all. Like we'll never truly understand it.
Yeah. I don't know. That is a big reason I got into theology in the first place. Is like trying to understand that kind of stuff, like understanding the stuff that you can't understand.
It's hard.
It's hard and that kind of stuff, and sometimes you just have to accept like there's no way you can understand this, but that level of understanding is so much more than just like being like, okay, yeah, but like it's like acknowledging this can't be true because of this is one big thing that like I'm learning a lot, where it's just like there's so many things where it's like people have an explanation, but learning why that explanation is false, like while it could be bad, like acknowledging like, like it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going
I
there.
love how
Hey,
the
Brady.
chat eventually just turns into existentials.
Hey, Brady. You know what I watch? Let's talk about something a bit not as depressing.
Or heavy is death.
Dude, are we at the 2-hour mark? Because if we're at the 2-hour mark, you know that is getting to depressing existential stuff.
Brady, you know what I just watched for the first time, like not that long ago?
Freddy got fingered? I don't know.
No, I watched Captain America Winter Soldier. I had never seen that.
Hey!
That's honestly one of the best Marvel films I've actually seen.
You mean the movie?
Yes.
Or Captain America?
Yeah.
Downs a Quinjet with a frisbee.
Yeah, he does.
I hate you, Brady.
Marvel movies, and when we got we were watching Winter Soldier, I was so into it, and then I got to that scene, and I was like, my suspension of disbelief part for some reason.
Yeah,
that
part I was like a bit, huh?
You agree with me a little bit. I think
like Captain America. There's a few cool scenes in there, like when Captain America just like jumps out like that window, like to catch like the shooter, like he shot like Nick Fury. Those are cool scenes and stuff like that. But like at that scene, it was like, huh?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, he's like a superhero, but like he's just supposed to be like a really strong dude. Like he's not like.
See, the Russo said though when they made that movie, they wanted super back into. So they made him do crazy feats that like a human cannot do.
I also like I like the first few Captain America films and Captain America is my favorite out of everyone in the MCU because I just like his character in general. I love his character in general because he always has like a can-do attitude, and he believes in like people like having freedom and stuff like that. Like how could you not like that?
He was the one I slept on the most, and then I ended up when the MCU had kind of started to transition. I am an Iron Man guy. Iron Man, Spider-Man.
See,
the whole Avengers team in general, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't really an Iron Man guy because I kind of felt like he was an asshole.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah, that's why Brady likes him.
I think it's so funny. These heroes are like mild-mannered. And then Tony Stark is just an asshole. But watching him not be an asshole is because he's this kind of neurotic, like crazy, who has all this power, and then watching him go like, "Oh, I probably should do good things with this," right?
I think that's what makes Civil War so good. Is like it's literally like these like two conflicting ideologies like fighting each other basically.
It's funny because at the start of the MCU, they were in opposite standings. It's like Cap was like, "I love the government," and Tony was going, "I don't need the government. I'll tell the government what to do." And then now they flip, but their ideologies haven't changed. That's their core philosophies have not changed a bit. They've leaned into it more. Cap has been more about personal freedom and protecting it, and Tony has been more about doing what he wants, but he needs permission now.
Yeah,
he's too far in. It's crazy.
Like, taking responsibility for what he's done.
Yep.
But like that entire movie was just so crazy.
It's great. I still think it has some scenes that are better than Avengers M-Word in my.
I like some of the earlier MCU because like they're more grounded because like near the end of the MCU like all this crazy shit's happening.
I think the only movie, I don't know. I think Infinity War, in my opinion, I would like to more.
Infinity War is better. That's just the honest truth. Like
it's a better written movie and the pacing's so much better.
War
the fight scenes are better. The fight scenes are better.
Infinity War is an objectively better movie. I prefer Endgame, but I acknowledge that Infinity War is a better movie.
I think it's the same thing as the Star Wars trilogy, is that we all know that Empire Strikes Back is the better film, but Return of the Jedi like emotionally like resonates more, and like that makes what makes people like it more.
See, for me, I always say this about Episode 6, and people want to crucify me for saying this. Episode 6 is good because of one scene, and if everyone denies that is why it's good, and they're idiots. It's only good for one scene. You know what scene that is? The stream stopped, Fish, I think. The computer is pooping out.
I'm not sure.
Try refreshing it for you, because it's not...
It's good. I always say this. Episode 6, the whole Luke Vader is so important that you could fast forward through everything.
I don't know, because there's a few other
good
scenes
stuff.
Because I'm really into like the lore, like in world building. So there's like a few other scenes like that really get me. Like I love the entire scene. Like
the opening is great. I won't deny that.
The opening's great. I also love when like they go to attack the second Death Star. Like just them like slowly realizing that this like was all a trap. And then like they realize like the Death Star's operational. Like it like literally like blows like a fucking ship like out of like space and shit like that. I think that's just like such a good scene. And of course, John Williams' score just makes it even better.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I haven't heard it in a really long time, but I watched episode 5. Man, it's just it's so good. You know what franchise you need to watch that me and Fish have watched again and again?
What?
Rock.
I haven't. Oh my, yeah. I need to watch that.
You would grow some hair around your chest, dude. Come out of the movie, like all 6 movies, and you'd be like, I'm gonna go work out tomorrow.
As soon as I turned on the first film, I looked down and I was just like, oh, now I'm a man. It's like the hair just started growing.
I thought you were talking about your genitalia.
Oh,
yeah,
I
thought
my
so
genitalia
too.
just grew so...
Are you saying you got an erection watching Sylvester Stallone?
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Sly Stallone was a handsome still is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to wrap soon. I'm so brain dead.
But yeah, I honestly, there's a lot of gripes people have with, I don't think the Ewoks are that bad. Like, they're not the best.
They're not.
I don't know why people hate on them so much. Honestly, and after seeing the new Disney trilogy, it just makes me appreciate all the films even more, despite their flaws.
I love even the Disney crap, man. I love when they grew up. It's so much fun to watch.
Oh my god, episode 9 was just like a continuous. Episode 9 is literally just like a mess up after mess up, and I'm not sure how to feel about it at all.
What's funny is I was so into the franchise being done, I didn't care. When I first watched it, I said, "This is great."
Yeah. I walked out of it feeling good, so I was just like, yeah.
When I rewatched it, I said, "Oh, it sucked, but I don't care." Because all the cares I had, they killed in episode 8, so I don't really care.
Episode 8, the fact this is gonna go down in history as probably one of the biggest somehow Marvel can go on for 22 movies and people are still eating it up, but Star Wars can barely even last last 3 films.
And it was funny because Marvel was almost in the 1990s, and now look.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy. And then Lucasfilm was at a similar position. And then episode 1 comes out, and then we're in the money for 3 movies. And then Lucasfilm was bought by Disney in, what, was that 2012?
2012, yeah.
Yeah. And that's when the last special editions came out. And then in 2015, we got my favorite of the new trilogy.
Yeah, it's objectively the best one.
Wonderful.
Really just a New Hope, so that's what makes it
I
so
would
good.
argue that it's with a slightly swapped around plot and new characters, and the keeps me intrigued. These new characters,
and then they poop on it.
Well,
because it was cool to see like the Star Wars universe. That's a cool idea.
There were just, I think from the beginning it was all jacked up because like there's some world building stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't believe at all that after this massive war, that the New Republic would just demilitarize and get rid of all, especially when the Empire, like, they know like it was like still out there somewhere. I don't believe they would like just what?
Gosh, they were all blown up. Then plus planets are destroyed.
Like the 30-year gap, like why like would they demilitarize like when they knew people out there?
The people ostracized empire or imperial enthusiasts so much. You get what I'm saying?
But that's
they
but like
ostracized them.
What I'm
so they
talking
didn't
about
want
though,
to get around.
that's what I'm talking about though. They
yeah.
You got me, man.
It says, it literally says like in the lore, it's literally, yeah, right when the Empire collapsed, the First Order, it's like, well, in the New Republic, why didn't they fucking do anything then?
I don't know. I like to think of it like this. It's like we won the Second World War. Just all these Nazi sympathizers, like, they're not. We shouldn't worry about those silly guys.
It's more like we won the First World War. We won the Great War, and it's like, we're just gonna ostracize these guys.
Here's something I thought was interesting in Star Wars. In the original trilogy, do they say the word Sith ever?
Yes.
When?
Yes. They use the word. I'm pretty sure.
Is it in Episode 6? Because it's not in 4 or 5. I remember them not saying Sith or Sith Lord.
No. And in Episode 4, I'm pretty sure he refers to Darth Vader as a Sith Lord.
I thought he said he just.
Good night,
I
Hannah.
Thought he night, Hannah. I thought he said side of the Force.
No, but like when he like actually confronts Vader, I'm pretty sure he calls him like, "Oh, you're a Darth Lord of the Sith" or whatever.
When was?
I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
First mention. Weren't named on screen, and so Phantom told you, man.
Really?
In the novelization of A New Hope, they said it, but not in any of the original trilogy. I told you, man. They just call it the dark side.
I get. You know what? I kind of just like them calling it the dark side, though, because that sounds like more like it sounds like more mysterious. Because imagine like if like in Episode 6, Palpatine just keeps saying like Sith over and over again.
Yeah, I like that when they out the Sith name in the new trilogy, it makes it sound more like it's a cult. Like the Empire is their own thing, but the Sith are completely different.
Something that confuses me about the Star Wars lore in general is like how quickly like people like forget about like the Jedi and shit though. Like you have this massive galactic civil war, but 30 years down the line, they're just like, Luke Skywalker, you mean that legend? That wasn't a real... Bro, it just happened.
Mm-hmm. And they don't have compute... Like, they don't have social... The guy just disappeared. The guy just was like, see ya. After Ben Solo. And that wasn't very long ago. Like,
but everyone should know because...
Hypothetical.
Like, if you watch Episode 6, at the end of Episode 6, they show every planet celebrating the victory.
Right. They should know who he is, but that doesn't mean they know his birth status.
But then that brings up another thing. You go back to the prequels. There's like 10,000 Jedi, and it's like an entire religion.
Well, they would know about the But I'm saying I don't think they would know about what Skywalker is doing currently.
But then you go
It
to
doesn't make
episode
sense to
9,
me.
but then you go to episode 9, and everyone. But you go to episode 9, and everyone knows. You go from episode 7, where everyone thinks Luke Skywalker is a legend, and that all this is a myth. But then you go to episode 9, where everyone knows for a fact that Palpatine existed, and not only that, but he was a Sith Lord, Lord and stuff like that.
Yeah, they never explained how people actually figured that out. Like if they.
Because
If they,
I kind of feel like the point of it, especially this like in episode 3 and stuff, is that no one knew like he was a Sith Lord.
Right.
Like they just like.
And also, I thought eventually they would just not like they wouldn't call him Palpatine anymore. They just the Emperor, and they forgot who he was eventually. Thought they were like, oh, his name's Chief Palpatine. He's just the Emperor. We don't know what he's called.
That entire so rushed. Like everything.
There's so many plot holes in it, man.
It just made me like so upset watching it, and it's like, why were it just the voice? Why not just show them? Like you have all them there anyways. Like
it's funny. I love that it honked you off that much. I don't care.
No, what honks me off is that it was confirmed that they literally, those weren't just audio recordings. They literally filmed like all these people in costume. Like
that kind of sucks.
One of the things I heard was that they didn't do the scene because in the Chinese cinema market they don't allow for you like to show depictions of ghosts. But and like apparently when at the end you see the Force ghosts of Luke and.
Uh-huh.
And like apparently, I heard like that the Chinese government literally gave them like hues of blue that they were allowed to use.
God.
And
why didn't they just not care? Or better idea, like I would have liked it more if Rey had gone conscious, and then somehow was in the Force and met all of these people.
Also,
and then they were like, "You can do it, Rey." Yeah, and she goes, "Okay, I'm going to do this now."
Also, episode 9 literally just reverts everything Anakin did, like his entire arc and everything. Like it ruins everything just so we can have this strong character, even though we already had strong female characters in Star Wars. I don't get that point that people try to make. Like
I love the idea that someone said that I don't think it completely undoes Anakin's sacrifice. I just think that it's mad all around. Like the whole movie, but there's just so many creative decisions that just don't add up, and that ruin all these great new ideas.
It just makes me mad because it's just like it shouldn't. What makes me mad is that you literally have Marvel here. They built all this shit up from the ground up, and with Star Wars, you're literally handed this entire universe on a silver platter. All the work's basically done for you. It's all done for you. And they still managed to mess it up.
Well, Hosh, I think we need to wrap. Everyone's getting pretty beat.
Yeah, sorry everyone for going on a rant, but...
No.
You can call me the angry video game nerd if you want.
Bring it back those old references.
Call me the nostalgia critic because I remember it, so you don't have to.
Yes. So before we leave, I like opening up one last time to anybody in the chat if they have any questions or anything they want to say. While I'm trying to reload this because it's being stupid. There.
I have a question.
What is your question? Thank you, Brady. That means a lot. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So hot. But
yeah.
I'm ending it while staring off into the distance in this same spot. Jillian is the only one left. Jillian,
ooh.
You're always the only one left, Jillian. Whatever happened to what's his Can? What happened to Can?
I don't know what Cam wouldn't stop talking about running people down at a Dairy Queen.
That was the bet. I love that. And we would not mention it on stream, but we would talk to him in chat.
I just love I kept changing the subject, trying to change the subject. They're like, yeah, I ran 6 people down at a Dairy Queen.
I couldn't tell it how true. I love that each time it felt like he was trying to one up himself. Or it was like...
He's like, yeah, I hit a stroller. Thankfully, no one's in it.
So it started out, just out of nowhere, my friend played a birthday joke on me today and put a rag in my exhaust, lol. And then nothing. Everybody was like, I said F. And then he was like, yeah, last year as a birthday joke, he swerved into me going home from work, and I almost took out a Dairy Queen, lol. And so we were like, Julian was like, who are you? And I was like, these jokes, man, they're hilarious. And so he just kept going on, and then as people were just like not responding, he was like, we laughed pretty hard about that one. I only hit a family stroller outside. Mm-hmm.
Damn,
I think
bro,
we
you
are the
got
same
a lot
Enneagram.
Yeah. You are
I
the
think
same. You are a type 3, Brady.
I'm a type 3.
Type 3s want so
What makes
much.
me a type?
Well, type 3s are all about getting, like, basically being accepted from other people.
I want to be accepted.
Yeah.
I accept you.
By you.
I accept you, Brady. I am a type
Thanks.
9, which basically means I am everything but nothing. You know?
I have no...
I have no...
Oh, that's really scary.
I know.
I hate that.
Okay. But yeah. While you guys were talking about the Star Wars, me and Jillian were talking about Enneagram and Myers-Briggs.
I saw that.
What is your Myers-Briggs type, Brady? We never asked.
I don't
and
remember.
Josh.
I think I'm an NFP.
What? The what?
The Myers-Briggs test.
Read a book.
What's the Myers-Briggs test? I forget.
Their personality test.
Oh, the personality. I knew it sounded familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't taken that in a really long time.
Wait, Brady.
I think I'm a Pisces.
Did you just say you're an ENFP?
Pretty certain, or an INFP.
Dude, I think me, you, and Gerald are all the exact same, because I'm split 50-50 between ENFP and INFP.
I just know I'm a...
And that's how me and Gerald are. We're both evenly split, where we can be simultaneously extroverted and introverted. So, dude,
that's kind of epic.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that clears up all the questions and that kind of stuff. Thanks for joining us, Hosh. Hosh Drubs.
No time. I had a good time.
Jubs.
Unlike Boris, the one crazy guy we had on Youth Court and hanging out.
Hell yeah. Hell
yeah. We won't kick you out.
Yeah. But this will be the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess thank you, Jillian, for watching, and anybody who comes back and watches it later. Jack. Thank you so much. This is so much fun, and good night.